I'm still trying to figure out what that meant.
Yeah, what did that mean?
I don't know, but I just laid it on the line with him. I gave him a little
Well, let's hear it. We got one guy on the station, one of our sports nerds that I'm talking to right now that's got the balls to say, hey, they stunk, they suck.
Back with the Dolphins, back with a vagina. They were just a gaping vagina. That was the most pathetic, mismanaged.
Jay Fiedler has a vagina. It's official. Scott Farrell just announced to South Florida that Jay Fiedler officially has a vagina.
Nice duck he threw to the sideline, huh?
See, my team, the Patriots, we got our ass wiped, but I'd rather get beat 31-0 and not show up at all by like a fairly real team than lose by 1 point to a girls' team. That would be bad.
You know what my dad used to call it?
Our quarterback still looks good, yes?
My dad used to see, you're right, he threw 3 TDs, but that duck to the sideline reminded me of Neil O'Donnell in the Super Bowl with Larry Brown. All I have to say is, this guy throws ducks. He's average at best. Their coach is the same coach that coached the Bears to like 2 wins every year. They looked like they were standing around on their heels.
A page out of the Allie Sherman songbook, and that is that Jews aren't supposed to handle pigskin. You know
oh
what
my
I'm saying?
God!
Maybe and not even foreskin. And definitely not pigskin.
How about the clock? They used their timeouts 2 minutes into the half. It was over.
Do you really think I watched that crap?
No.
You must be dreaming.
You were probably watching the Marlins.
It was almost hockey season, baby.
I know. Yeah, they're starting training camp, which is worse than the NFL preseason. If there's one thing the world needs less of, it's NHL preseason games.
And the Leafs are going to sign Terry Sawchuk, going to come back and play goal. He's coming back from the dead.
Who is their goalie?
Who's the Leafs goalie? Eddie the Beagle, man. You better get with it.
I know Eddie Belfour. He races cars when he's not playing hockey. He should start doing that more often.
He just turned 85. He's going to be great.
He's too old. He can't win. There's no way he can win. The kid down here in Florida is 10 times better than he is.
How about that Andy Roddick and Mandy Moore, huh?
I thought Andy Roddick played great. Finally he'll move out of my condo today because he hasn't had any money, but now that he got $1 million, he's moving up.
Yeah, he's okay in my book.
How about that? That's boring, though, watching him just serve 140 miles an hour.
You'd probably rather watch him bone Mandy Moore, wouldn't you?
I'd rather watch Jennifer Capriati bone a horse.
Or would you rather watch Jared Leto bone Britney Spears? That would be a good poll question.
Throw in Madonna into the mix, and you got a big action threesome.
Get that tongue out of there, bitch.
I don't think that didn't faze me at all when I saw that happen. I just was like, whatever.
No, but I mean, when you put the Dennis Rodman factor in there, knowing that she was even in the same room with that scumbag, it just...
He got busted again last week.
It pollutes the whole thing, yeah, I know.
Yeah, we were talking about that.
That's old news, Scott. We had that on Friday.
I know, I had it before you.
We're on top of it. Did you?
Yeah, I talked about it because I used to do Rodman's show.
That's probably because you're on before me.
I know. I used to host his stupid world tour show on MTV, and I became good friends with him.
You got this jinx now, don't you?
Why?
His name is Mo. It's the Mo Jinx.
Yeah, Mo was in here today looking at ways to reflect back on the tough loss. Listen, there was nothing tough about it. They were going to lose that game. Anytime you give up 5 field goals in an NFL game, you're going to lose. And that's how you beat the Dolphins.
Tough loss, and he said it's tough love, his relationship with Jay Fiedler. By the way, I'm looking at the schedule. I didn't realize this. This is a regular thing now. This Thursday morning, 6:45 to 7 a.m., he's got Jay Fiedler on, so obviously we're paying him. So it's a regular segment. That ought to be pleasant.
Yeah, how would you like to be at Dan Le Batard's show tonight with Ricky Williams of the Cleveland? Are people going to throw eggs?
Can you imagine how deep that Mo's tongue is going to be up Jay Fiedler's ass? Several inches.
About 30, man.
Yeah.
You know what? I'd ask him, hey, how big was the ass that you licked with that pass to the sideline with 4 minutes left, you dildo?
Yeah.
That's what real NFL fans say when they're leaving. You can hear the cussing still in the parking lot today, like the echoes.
What's the story with Chad Pennington? How long is he going to be out?
He's going to be out at least 8 weeks.
So in other words, they got Vinny again on Sunday.
Yeah,
they're going to have a shot.
The Dolphins should be able to get to Vinny, but they couldn't get to David Carr against the worst offensive line in the history of the NFL. And then
but David Carr looks a lot better than Vinny.
Well, but David Carr is a lot better than Vinny, and he's got a great arm, but they protected him. That was the key. Jason Taylor couldn't get to him.
Yeah.
And neither could anyone else. Junior Seau blitzed 5 times. He never got close.
Did you talk about that shooting in Zoe's barbershop?
Oh, but I hope somebody got shot.
They did. You didn't see the story?
No, I didn't.
Hip-hop executive identified a shooting victim at Morning's Miami barbershop. 2 guys got fatally shot. It was like, a Joey Zaza thing.
Well, I was reading this story. 2 teens accused of searching for marijuana, and a dealer dialed the wrong number. They called the cops office instead, and they got arrested. Oh, my God.
And I'll leave you on this exciting note, because I know just the word organ gets you all whipped up into a frenzy.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here squeezing my organ. And you know why?
Why?
Because on the front page of the National Post, a gigantic article today, research shows that fat is an organ. So I'm squeezing my organ here, and it's legal.
That is
And boy, there's sure a lot of it.
But you've been losing weight. You've stopped eating Klondikes, right?
What, 187. That's my low
man,
for
that's
almost
what I
a year.
weigh.
When I come back, I'm going to be so slim, you're going to think I'm Brad Pitt.
You know, boy, that would be something else.
Yeah. I'm serious. When you see me again, I'm going to be like slim and ugly.
So you're going to look like Brad Pitt driving in your Corvette.
As opposed to fat and ugly.
Yeah, that's great. Hey, listen, can I just run beside your car when you drive so that I can convince these people here that I need a car?
No problem.
I don't drive anything. I got nothing.
They still don't have you a car?
They don't have anything for me except headaches. I'm going to Vegas this week, too, with Zach on a 15-hour flight Todd Grech set me up with.
Are you really?
Yeah, and he flew me back Sunday night at 1 in the morning.
18 stops.
Yeah, I'm coming back Sunday night at 1 in the morning. Got to be here to do the show at 7. Thanks, Todd. Yeah, have a nice day, Neil.
You too, Scott.
Good luck to you and your organ.
Okay, f***ing blow. Oh!
Miami has the Dolphins, they're the worst football team. They flub the ball from goal to goal like no one's ever seen. They're on the ground, that's where they'll stay. They're never in control. And when you say Miami, you're talking toilet bowl, 'cause they're the Miami Dolphins. Oh. Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins number. How many teams in the league?
30, man.
Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. Don't bet on them, you'll always lose.
Yes.
They don't know how to tackle. They don't know how to block.
No.
Their coaches ought to tell them to put Bengay in their jocks. Then they would run much faster, and even in defeat. When we go to the stadium, we'll see Miami Heat, and they're the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins number. How many teams in the league?
About 30, man.
Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. The team that hasn't got a clue. Miami has the Dolphins, but the Dolphins have no fans. Just 50,000 assholes sitting in the stands.
Rectum.
They watch the game and all they do is moan and gripe and bitch. I wonder how Joe Robbie got to be so goddamn rich. And they're the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins number. How many teams in the league?
About 30, man.
Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. I hear the crowd begin to boo. The Dolphins have Jay Fiedler. That quarterback's a Jew. Run down the field and he will throw a pass over you. He'll never win a Super Bowl. You shouldn't be surprised. When he gets cut, that doesn't mean that he was circumcised. And they're the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins number. How many teams in the league?
32.
Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. Jay calls his signals in Hebrew. The Dolphins have no defense and their offense is a joke. Like George Bush eating pretzels, you know they're gonna choke. They'll always disappoint you when they're in a playoff race, with fewer points than pockmarks on Huizinga's ugly face. And they're the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins number. Oh, what the hell, 32. Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins, now they're through.
All right.
1010 at 560 WQM. 1010 wins New York. 1010 CFRB Toronto. Remember those days? No, you don't.
No.
Well, that's when AM radio was like really worth listening to, as opposed to just a bunch of noise and no speaking English people.
And
don't forget, by the way, boys and girls, words to live by. The toes you step on today might be attached to the ass you have to kiss someday. I love that. The only problem is Scott already knew that.
Yeah, he did.
Scott, who's not getting paid yet, by the way, did Clarence never made an appearance this morning, right?
Not in here.
I think that maybe Clarence and the Beast were doing that mother and child reunion thing again.
Who's the mother?
of all evil. But at any rate, the mother of all evildoers. But, Clarence, you better get with it and get Scott on the payroll there, because this is the way the Beasleys operate. Somebody new comes along and, we'll let you intern for a little while, and then we're going to pay you one of these days. And they just let week after week after week slip by, and then hoping you'll forget about it. Like maybe forever. Because they really don't want to pay anybody. You do understand that?
Yes, I do.
I like that saying, though. The toes you step on today might be attached to the ass you have to kiss someday. So don't step on too many toes, you know what I'm saying? Unless it's Jay Fiedler's. Boy, do they need Brian Greasy bad or what? Yeah. How long is he going to be out with that, didn't he have like a little falling down problem? Oh, no. I know the Patriots got swamped by Buffalo yesterday, and Tom Brady and the whole team stunk the joint out, but he still looks better. If you can't play good, at least look good. Oh, here's the thing from Miguel. Well, we're like creeping along with our best of Neil routine. We got $20,140 through yesterday. We're getting there, and we haven't really, this is still a time of the year when nobody's in town. Don't forget, go to neilrogers.com. You can order your Best of Neil 2002, 2003 CD, and the Mo Howard David keychain. And we got all kinds of other crap, too. We got T-shirts and mugs and Drek. We ought to have like a mouse pad, too, it'd be good, you know?
I think they do.
Do we have a mouse pad?
Like I said, they don't, but they ought to.
Well, we ought to have like a little bald-headed mouse pad would be good. Anyway, 12 minutes after 10, I love that crossover with Scott, because even though, like today, we didn't say much of anything, it kills some damn good time. I like that, especially on a Monday. We'll give you the poll result from Friday, which was staggering, and the thing that was really interesting was the way Jay Fiedler, after the end of the game yesterday, moved up from obscurity in our poll to, let's see, he finishes number 5, right on Miriam Oliphant's ass, with 122 votes. If you could boot one person out of South Florida, who would it be? And Jay Fiedler went zooming up the list after watching that disgraceful performance, that dying quail, as Bob Prince would say, that he heaved there at the end of the game. Nice going, Jay. Oy. You idiot. 10:13 at 560 WQM. How low can those interest rates go? You're probably wondering. I wonder if this is the right copy, because Todd Reck is a no-show. Now the financial group is doing the limbo rock under the lowest refinance rate you ever heard of. How low? 1.95%. That's right. Now you can refinance your home or buy a new home and get super low 1.95% financing with our friends at Financial Group. And we pray this is the right copy. Like I said, Todd, he's not interested. Call 1-800-940-LEND. 1-800-940-LEND. If you're even thinking about refinancing or buying real estate, call Financial Group and check this out. If you have a $100,000 loan, your payments are only $368 a month. If you have a $200,000 loan, you pay only $736 a month. So call Financial Group at 1-800-940-LEND to get the low, low rate you've been searching and screaming for, 1.95%. Call now and get that low rate from Financial Group at 1-800-940-LEND. That's 1-800-940-LEND. When you call, be sure to mention Todd Reck's name. The sound you hear will be the person falling to the floor on the other end of the phone. They're an equal housing lender. Credit restrictions apply. Rates subject to change monthly. 5.19 APR.
Live and local. We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
For David's a bitch.
Tonight on Entertainment Television.
George, how you been and what you been doing on vacation the last few weeks?
I'm getting a little older, so when you ask 4 or 5 questions, it's hard for me to remember every question.
What have you been doing?
Drinking all the time.
Drugs, sex. Damn the consequences. Give me the Jack Daniels.
Tonight on
Let me get that bottle out of your hands, George.
Let me finish for a minute, John, please.
10:18 at 560 WQM. Happy Monday to you. I made a premature evaluation last week. Remember I said last week was, cause it was, last Tuesday was like right after Labor Day?
Right.
But that didn't work out, cause people still go away. Today is the week that even here at QAM, we're like getting our act back together again. Everybody's like back to normal schedule. We got the Mad Dog today. We got Hank back in town. It's about time from Shula's. And then we got the Marlin game. Marlin's only a game behind the Phillies with 19 to go. Marlin's at the Mets tonight. Now wait a minute, what's that? See, as soon as I said that, and I'm looking at the schedule, see that? ESPN Radio 10 to 2, and then Joe and Mark overnight. Where's Eddie K?
Good question.
Que paso, Eddie K?
Anyway,
so we're almost back to the regular schedule. I see Eddie's back tomorrow. So he's probably on a busman's holiday. Or maybe he's collecting a big bet from yesterday, whatever the hell he's doing. Oh, did you see that who's that right-wing Republican senator?
Oh, that one.
Which one of those 50-some-odd? No, the one that wants to ban offshore gambling. He wants to make it illegal for internet
I saw that
gambling.
story. I forget.
Did you see that on 60 Minutes last night, I think? What an asshole, you know? This is your Republican Party man. Oh, well, it's going to spawn a whole generation of compulsive gamblers. Yeah, and like they pointed out in the story, the attorney defending, he says, yeah, in the meanwhile, all the states have got the lotteries, which is the biggest ripoff in history, you know. Not that they're hypocrites. You do understand that, don't you?
Yeah,
good.
Yes.
Poll result from Friday, 1,728 votes, a staggering response, aided by the fact that there were outpouring of emotion for Jay Fiedler after the game. If you could boot one person out of South Florida, who would it be? O.J. Simpson, 472. There's nobody close to O.J. He's running like a son of a bitch. 472 votes. Mo Howard David at 233, a respectable second, just edging out that psychotic bitch, that slut Ann Coulter, who had 232. How do you like that? Mo just stuck a nose in front. Miriam Elephant had 130, but in fifth place, nice going, Jay. Coming from obscurity near the bottom of the pack and zooming up the ladder, 124 votes coming in fifth. Alex Pinga Pequena was tied with the Reverend James Kennedy, a couple of real assholes, 106 apiece. H. Wayne Huizenga, 68. See, a few years ago, he'd have done much better. But now, small potatoes, you know. Wayne had only 68. Rick Sanchez, now there's the one we thought would have really zoomed up there, didn't do it. Out of sight, out of mind. Your small potatoes, too. Only 64 for Ricky Ticky Sanchez. When he goes back on air, his unpopularity will zoom back up. Gloria Stefan, 46. Jose Canseco, 41. How you doing, Jose? Maris Greasy Ass had 30. You think they remember who that is?
A couple people.
A couple people remember Maris's Greasy Ass. And by the way, now that he won the U.S. Open, do you think that Andy Roddick's doing Mandy more?
Less.
Less? Spilky's Nere had 25. Miss Matt Drudge had only 16. You're real tiny potatoes. What are the name of those little red Irish potatoes?
Don't start that again.
Matt Drudge, 16. Jeff Rimmer, 13. Oh, by the way, my phone rang Saturday morning early. I didn't answer it. Go away, Rimmer. Don't go away, Mad. Just go away. Oh, and the best part of the deal is, man, did we have a great meal at Ruth Chris Steakhouse Saturday night.
Yeah, who's we?
A friend of mine and I. Oh, not the Rimmers. It was sensational, man. That ribeye, oh, God, and those barbecued shrimp. Have you ever had that?
Yeah, I have.
The barbecued shrimp just swimming, bathing in that butter and herb sauce, and you want to pick up that little bowl and just suck down that juice. Suck down the juice. But anyway, it was great. Too bad the Rimmers couldn't have been there. Jeff Rimmer, 13. Dwight Lauderdale, 8. Mickey Harrison, 6. And Ike Siemens, fuddy-duddy old Ike from NBC 6, who's been going to be shipped off to the glue factory this year. He had only 5. I don't think anybody even knows who the hell that is. You know what?
Who?
Ike Seaman. So here's one of the most important stories of all time before we get to today's poll. I'm debating if we should do this or if it's just a waste of time. Do our own preliminary poll, which would piss Eric off big time. We don't want to do that. Let's take the Miami call because it's on line 6. Here's Miami. Hello.
Hey Neil, I saw Red Queen for a drink.
What is it?
I saw Red Queen for a dream yesterday. And the only reason I think you and George like it is because
get out of here. It's that asshole again. The only reason I enjoy it is because you're an ass. Jesus, the mumbler. Go away, mumbler. That's the mumbler that we discovered is like 4 or 5 different chronics. If we could just eliminate him, you know what I mean? When in doubt, rub him out. Catch my drift?
Yeah.
But I'm wondering if we ought to do like preliminary poll. I think it's a waste of time because we know our audience hates El Presidente like poison, and rightfully so.
It's a waste of time.
The good news, Bush numbers hit new low.
All right.
Dean tops list of Democratic presidential contenders, new Zogby American poll reveals. President George W. Bush's, I got a lot of stuff here today because it is Monday. This is the official starting Back to Life week. We might not get a lot of calls today. I mean, there'll probably be that jackass again. Don't put him on again, Scott. Sorry. If you want to get paid, if you want us to go to bat for you with clearance, don't put that asshole on again. Now, what does that mean, Jackson Memorial Hospital? Hello? Scott's going to have a screener in there, you know.
He'll get to know them.
No, he won't.
And no time flies.
He's a little bit slow. President George W. Bush's job performance ratings have reached the lowest point since his pre-inauguration days, continuing a steady decline since they posed. That must have been Jay Fiedler doing a voice, you think? Hey, Jay, don't take it personal. Don't be a sour puss. Oy. Although Scott did say this morning he's got a vagina. Do you believe it? But at least he said it was a lovely vagina. I like that. Huh? Well, if a guy's going to have a vagina, at least it better be beautiful and fashionable, you know?
Oh.
What's wrong with that? I hope Mo asks him about that on Thursday morning, 6:45 to 7 a.m. It's Mo Howard David with Jay Fiedler, and who's got their tongue deepest in the other's
rectum
ass.
New kid in high school that had a mangina.
He did?
Yeah. He was fat. You know how that goes.
No, I don't know how that goes.
Well, you know how that grows. Sometimes the fat...
So, in other words, it was like a navel. It was an innie?
It was, he had a cleft. A slit, if you will.
He had a camel toe? Oh, no.
He had a cloven hoof.
Oh, no. Maybe he had hoof and mouth disease. Research shows fat is an organ. I want to dwell on that because it's just amazing. A lot of us fat people never realized we had such a humongous organ. The only problem being when you squeeze it, it hurts. Like Pavel said. President George, see, I'll take these one at a time because I think it's great to start off. It's not really like a new year except in the Arabic calendar or something. It must be some calendar. You know, everybody's got a different calendar, just like a different Bible. All the baloney, all the hocus pocus. Here's Miami. Buenos dias.
Patriots suck.
Uh-huh. What did he say? Patriots suck. That's him again. Why do you keep putting the same asshole on there, Scott?
He called on a different line.
Oh, yeah. He called on a different line, like these people pick and choose what line they call on?
It must be magic.
You better show Scott, you better draw him a diaphragm, okay? And show him where to stick it. Here's Miami on full. Hello.
Yes, Bill.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, New England Patriots suck, man.
What about the Dolphins, man?
Yeah, you should
Yeah. You're supposed to be Dolphin fans, okay? Don't worry about my Patriots. They stunk the joint out. Like I just said moments ago, all you assholes out there, it's a hell of a lot better to lose lopsided if you're going to play a stinko game to what's like a real team, you know? A team that's been around for a hell of a long time as opposed to a girls' expansion team that you were favored to beat by about 80, by how many points?
You call
about 30, man.
What was she going to say?
You call that a penis?
Yeah, Jay, you call that a penis? But, the Patriots suck. See, try to deflect the attention from the fact that your team got embarrassed and humiliated and degraded by a little girls' team. And if the Hurricanes would have made that gigantic comeback Saturday night, you know as well as I do, there'd be somebody calling Mad Dog today saying, aren't we cursed down here, Jim? Aren't we cursed? As long as I live, that call, I would say if I had to choose, forget about the bridge tender, the most memorable call in the history of QAM. It wasn't on this show, but it was driving home one day. And I'm listening to the Mad Dog, and it was after that big euphoric weekend when the Hurricanes beat FSU, I think it was, and then the Dolphins beat whoever the next day in one of the big games of the year. The guy calls up on Monday, Jim, aren't we blessed down here? Aren't we blessed?
Should be framed.
It should be framed because that was the definitive sports hole of all time. In other words, your area where you live, your community, your city, your metropolitan, whatever, it's all graded based on whether your sports teams win or lose. That's the problem with QAM and with the world in general right there, that guy. Aren't we blessed down here? 1027 at 560 WQM. VIPSportsbook.com is South Florida's best sportsbook. It's the best in the universe. And, of course, now that football season's underway, everybody and their brother, you hear them on the station. You got 7,000 sportsbooks all claiming to be the best. But 99% of these bookies are located in the jungles of Costa Rica or in some 10th world country. Good luck finding them and getting your cash. This year, do the smart thing and move up in class to VIPSportsbook.com. They're the oldest and biggest sportsbook in the prestigious Netherlands where everybody's stoned out of their ass. 100% legal and licensed, too. Listen to me. Call VIPSportsbook.com right now at 1-866-VIP-BETS because they're South Florida's best sportsbook. Sign up now and you can bet all the South Florida football and basketball teams juice-free all year long. You want to bet the Dolphins? It's 100 to win 100. Good luck to you. You want to bet the Hurricanes? It's 100 to win 100. So forget about the vigorish. All signups get a 20% cash bonus, not some silly funny money match play bonus or any other BS. VIPSportsbook.com. That's where you'll find them online or call them toll free at 1-866-VIP-BETS. That's 1-866-VIP-BETS. Be sure you mention you heard about it here on Krusty Sports Nerdy QAM. VIPSportsbook.com where you be the VIP.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM. Buffett Max.
Our guest, good friend, good guy, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That's right. Let's take a call. Winnipeg, Manitoba. Hello.
Hi, Arnold. How are you?
Terrific. Thank you.
Do you still believe kids and adults should exercise regularly?
No. Research was done, and we found out that it's actually bad for your health. And now, of course, I'm traveling around the country telling all the high school kids, don't take fitness program. Columbus, Ohio, with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Hello.
Hi, Arnold. I was just wondering how far you went in school.
Well, a 7-year-old kid in school, in elementary school.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Well, how high can you count?
15 or 20.
Whoa.
Lancaster, Pennsylvania, with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Hello.
Arnold, both my parents work, so I'm home alone a lot. What should I do when I get bored?
Take drugs.
Seriously?
Oh, yes.
What kind?
Pot.
Okay.
What we have to work towards is a permanent high.
Okay.
When you do it in the morning, I think the secret really is
Do it when you
as
get up.
soon as you roll out of bed, do it hot, and you will feel great the rest of
And
your
there's
day.
never a moment where you don't feel better after than before.
That's right.
You're the best, Donald.
Thank you very much, Larry.
10:31 at 560 WQAM. So anyway, here's the. I got another one for our poll today, which I haven't even told him the question yet.
Nevertheless, it's up.
The prisoner.
Oh, very good.
Isn't that a good one?
Sure.
Patrick McGowan. That's what I felt like the last several days since the rumor showed up in Toronto. Can't answer my phone. The prisoner. Anyway, getting back to the story that I never finished, which is really good. President George W. Bush's job performance ratings have reached the lowest point since his pre-inauguration days, continuing a steady decline since his post-9/11 peak, according to the new Zog the American poll. Less than half, 45% of the respondents said they rated his job performance good or excellent, while a majority, 54%, said it was fair or poor. Let me say it again, poor or fair. In August, it was 52% positive, 48% negative. In other words, those numbers are dropping like a rock. Today's results mark the first time a majority of likely voters have given the president an unfavorable job performance since he took office. How do you like that? A majority, 52%, said it's time for someone new in the White House, while just 2 in 5, 40%, said the president deserves to be reelected. A like number, 52% said the country is heading in the wrong direction, while 40% said it's in the right direction. I wonder if they meant the far right direction.
The right.
Overall opinion of President Bush has slipped to 54% favorable, 45% unfavorable, down 4% from August. Dropping, like I said, like a rock. And here's one of the most important parts. Just 2 in 5, 40% said they would choose Bush if the election were held today, while 47% said they would elect a Democratic candidate.
Oh!
How do you like that? In August, it was 43-43 against any generic Democrat. In the same poll, Democratic primary voters gave a plurality, this is likely Democratic primary voters, gave a plurality of their support to former Governor of Vermont, Howard Dean, 16%. He's followed by Massachusetts Senator John Kerry, 13%, Connecticut Senator the unctuous right-wing silly person Jew Lieberman, 12%, and Missouri Congressman Dick Gebhardt, 8%. Nobody else had more than 3%. I think it's time for Bobby Graham to drop out, don't you? I say that,
Yeah, I know.
Sadly. Sorry, Bobby, but nobody who knows who the hell you are, okay? They're very nervous about your shifty, beady eyes, even though you've done good. You've been good, but nobody likes you, okay? So I think it's time for some of the losers to drop out. Oh, there he is.
Will take time and require...
Oh, I wanted to hear what he was saying. He was like mouthing, he's just mouthing with them big, those Dumbo ears flopping in the breeze. He just wants $87 billion more for Afghanistan and Iraq. No problem. Just write a check. Here's a call from Weston. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Neil.
This could be our first real call of the day. That's a momentous occasion, yes.
How you doing?
Okay.
Great. I'm just extremely jealous to where you are sitting right now, the area where you're at, because I'm in this god-darn crummy police state. Let me tell you something.
Yes? Tell me something.
Living in South Florida is literally taking your life in your own hands. And I'm not talking about the criminals, Neil. There's an organization called the BSO.
Yeah.
They must hire from the cesspools of the world. And I hope they're listening right now, the ones that treat people with disrespect. They're supposed to serve the people. But you know what they do? They're out there just looking to have a little bit of power because they never had it their whole lives.
You mean in the BS?
Oh!
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not talking about that story about the report that showed the word faggot in it that we got on our website, are you?
Neil, I've had interaction with these people throughout my life, and I'm not a career criminal or anything like that. I'm just talking about getting pulled.
Amateur criminal. Small potatoes guy.
I know guys that have been
Probably
down
just,
with,
picks pockets and,
right, rapes a few. No, but the only thing is, listen.
shoplifts.
They find a half a joint, a quarter joint. Okay.
Well, what inspired this?
They're ready to beat the crap out of you. They're ready
Yeah.
to beat the crap out of you, throw you in jail.
Right.
I mean,
Well, what inspired
when are they
this
gonna get
outburst,
over
though? Did you have some recent episode or something, or is this just general?
I've had some episodes, not exactly recently, but they always stick in my mind because, listen, when you live in Weston, they're on every corner with their little radar gun.
Mm-hmm.
They're just a bunch of animals. I mean,
Yeah.
these guys are worse than the criminals, and I hope you all are listening. Get a life. Treat the people like they're human,
No, not going to happen.
like they would like to be treated.
Not going to
No.
happen, pal. Hey, listen, good luck to you and move to someplace you like better. That's my suggestion. Well, what was he talking about? He don't like the BS. But it's a good lead into the story, which he didn't want to acknowledge. The Broward Shopper's Office.
Huh?
Listen, it's Monday. What do you want from me? The Broward Sheriff's Office launched an internal investigation this week after officials learned that a gay slur appeared on a police report written by a community service aide in March. This was in Saturday's Sun Sentinel, so it might be true. Community service aide Susan Jones prepared a DUI alcohol influence report in which the word faggot appeared next to a question asking whether defendant Rudy Rodriguez showed signs or complained of illness or injury. Sheriff's Office spokeswoman Cheryl Stopnick said her department learned about the slur when the South Florida Sun Sentinel inquired about it. Investigators from the Professional Compliance Division began looking into the case Thursday morning to find out why this epithet was included in a written report, she said. Stopnick said the Sheriff's Office is trying to figure out whether Jones wrote the slur. She said Rodriguez and his attorney should have filed a complaint with the Sheriff's Office. When Jones prepared and signed the report, Deputy Gary Martin, who conducted the field sobriety test on Rodriguez, probably one of George's relatives, who had arrested him, also signed the document. How many thousand Rodriguezes are there just in Broward County?
About 30, man.
Joel Beck, Rodriguez's attorney, said he obtained the police reports in June from the state attorney's office. While preparing a defense for his client, he said he didn't notice the slur till July 25th when he was about to conduct a sworn deposition with Martin. It defamed and slandered my client, Beck said Thursday. It has no purpose in this document. How do you like that?
I don't like it.
He writes faggot in the police report. And it goes on and on. It's on our website. That's the BS for you. Mostly a bunch of rednecks. And of course, it's not only the BS. It's most police forces in the U.S. It's, Deputy Rufus. It's that same old crap. Hip-hop executive identified as shooting victim at morning's Miami barbershop. How come Pharrell wasn't even aware of this story? He better get with it. Oh, that's right. I forgot. It's South Florida. There's people dying every day. Getting shot. All these things. By the way, Warren Zevon died. We'll get to all the dead people in a second. Here's our poll question for today before we get into this other stuff. I like this poll question. I like my poll.
Me too.
Who is the greatest fictional character in movies or TV? And now, see, when you say greatest, I'm not talking about who's your favorite, but who is the greatest, meaning like most lasting, you know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. Most powerful, most dynamic, most exciting, most erotic, most whatever. You know, biggest and the best. Here's the list so far. James Bond, Superman, Sherlock Holmes. See, Sherlock Holmes won't get a lot of votes, but he really ought to definitely be in the running, because it's, it's a time thing. It's an era thing. It's an age thing. Batman, Indiana Jones, Darth Vader, Mad Max, and then I added The Prisoner on that. That's what we got so far. Is it on there? Are we voting
it's on
there?
there. It's cooking.
It is? It's cooking? I don't know who I'm going to vote for.
It was tough.
Well, I'm voting for Sherlock Holmes just because nobody else will, because they're a bunch of punks. Most of them, they have no idea who the hell that even is. Oh, look at that. James Bond is leading. Kay Novell out of the first 29 votes. So there it is. We'll add a whole bunch more names on that. But first, a South Florida record label executive and another man fatally shot by a group of hooded gunmen at a barbershop that's co-owned by former Miami Heat star Alonzo Mourning, police said. The victims had just finished getting their haircuts Saturday when 3 or 4 gunmen entered the shop and opened fire. The Herald reported that the victims were Alexander Bernard Harris, 33, of Pembroke Pines, CEO of the hip-hop label Zila Entertainment, and a companion, Todd Green, 28, of Northwest Dade County. Both were shot in the head. It seems like a message, Miami Police Lieutenant Lorenzo Whitehead said. Whitehead said the men were not robbed of their watches or rings. No one else in the shop. Awful lot of hip-hop people getting shot and killed, you know what?
Coincidence.
Yeah, it must be. No one else in the shop was injured, including a 1-year-old child who was with one of the victims. Jesus. One of the victims was shot inside the barbershop. The other was just shot just outside the establishment. Miami Police spokeswoman Amy Salas Jacobson Schwartz said. Miami Police Chief John Timoni declined to comment on a possible motive in the case. He said the assailants did not take any valuables from the victim or money from the cash register. It wasn't a robbery, I can tell you that. It seemed like, what was the word they used again? It seemed like a message. Remember, he's going to send, Joey Zaza is going to send him a message? So maybe Joey Zaza had something to do with it. He's still running at Pompano Park, by the way. And Wally Hennessy's beating him the hell out of money outside. You have any idea what I'm talking about? No.
No.
That's good. 20 before 11. How come Jackie Moe got hot again all of a sudden? Huh? Right up here at Woodbine and Mohawk. Jackie Moe, that's all you got to know. Isn't that what they say?
That's what what's-his-name said.
2 things for all you. That's what Jackie Lee used to say. Of course, every driver in a race was Jackie Moe when he got old and senile, you know. It's all he did know was Jackie Moe. So all you kids out there that are skipping school and playing hooky and hockey today, keep in mind 2 things. All you got to know is Jackie Moe and And the toes you step on today might be attached to the ass you have to kiss
rectum
someday. I love that. Told to me by a wise philosopher. 19 to 11 at 560 WQM, and this copy boy, speaking of wise, did Troy Stratford show his bald ugly head in there today?
He walked through.
Yes. Probably got out of there real quick, though, because of his association with the Dolphins. I'd be embarrassed, too, after losing to a girls' team yesterday. After losing to, like, a little girls' team. Oh, my God, how embarrassing. Anyway, speaking of Troy, let's talk about Balance for Life. How's the Beast doing? Is he going to weigh in this week?
That's a good question. I haven't seen him here this
Because we know that he's working out a lot. Because Clarence told me, when in doubt, they both work out. They work it out together. But he's lost a ton of weight on Balance for Life, and you can do the same thing. See, one of the reasons it's so difficult, even if you're on a lot of the so-called expert diets, I don't want to mention any names, but a lot of them require you to count calories or count carbohydrates or look at the ingredients on the labels of the stuff you buy in the store, and most people just don't have the time or the inclination to do that. But with Balance for Life, there's no cooking, no shopping, no cleaning, no counting, no worries. You don't have to worry about calories or carbs. They do all the figuring and the worrying for you. It's all based on Barry Sears' Zone Diet. And they deliver right to your door 3 gourmet meals and 2 delicious snacks right at your doorstep by 6 a.m. every day in a little black sack. And that's the key to the whole deal. Plenty of food. It's fresh. It's delicious. They make gourmet meals for you. You get to choose between 2 alternatives for each meal and snack every day that you're on the program. That's the only thing you have to worry about. All the rest you do, just unzip it and the sack too and pop that good stuff in your puss. And believe me, these meals are tremendous. Everything is fresh, nothing frozen, nothing prefabricated, no chemicals, just the best ingredients and delicious meals every day. So if you're tired of being fat, if you're tired of having the biggest organ around your middle, if you're out of shape, lethargic, diabetic, or on the verge of it, let Balance for Life give you the answers, the solution you've been searching desperately for a long time. Call them today, and you'll start seeing results on that scale within just a matter of days. Call 954-568-3229. 954-568-3229, or check them on that wicked World Wide Web at balanceforlife.com.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
The Bible. If you like the book, you'll love the board game. Introducing Go to Hell from Milton Bradley, the board game that tests your faith in God while challenging your knowledge of biblical quotes.
Okay, everybody ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, first question. The meek shall inherit the blank.
Flatware.
Male pattern baldness.
The earth. The meek shall inherit the earth.
Right. You move ahead 5 spaces. Yeah. You other guys, go to hell.
Go to Hell. The exciting game where you win by forming a deep personal relationship with God before the timer runs out.
Okay, on the 7th day, God did what?
Golf. He went to one of those all-you-can-eat brunch places.
You just puttered around?
Wrong. All of you, go to hell. It was a good book, but now it's a great game. Go to Hell, the biblical board game from Milton Bradley.
Okay, I was inspired. Don't let me forget, I want to tell you about a great poll idea I just had.
Okay, I'll write it down.
Inspired by the guy who was screaming about the BS.
Oh.
But anyway, I want to read this fax because it's great. It says, I have the hands-down winner for your poll. I'm not putting these on there, but it's a great fax. But can't decide between the two. God or Jesus Christ. They've been in plenty of movies and the subject of a lot of TV shows, purely fictional characters who have the attention of billions of morons. That's maybe the best fact we've had so far today. Or all year.
Jesus Christ.
Right. And of course,
Ew, good.
now we get to this fax. Oh boy, what a bunch of silly people, you know? I didn't even see it. I didn't watch any of that game yesterday. Did you?
Yeah, I did. That was at a bar.
This is one of the most incredible days in the history of the human race. George Rodriguez actually watched some of the Dolphins game yesterday. You must have put the hex on them. That's why they lost. It's either you or Mo.
It was my fault. Let me tell you what. If there had been an angle that I could have sat at and not seen any of the game, I would have sat facing that direction. But there was a TV in every
corner. They had a TV in front of every puss.
Yeah.
Right. So then you got a good chance to close-up view of watching Jay throw that quail there near the end of the game.
I didn't see that.
Throw that dying quail. Anyway, here's the fax. It says, not that I love Jay Fiedler. So I know this fax isn't from Mo, because he just loves Jay Fiedler and his lovely smooth ass. But you sound like the Ray Lucas fans a year ago. Well, see, first of all, keep this in mind. I'm not a Dolphin fan at all, okay? I hate him like poison. It says Jay didn't lose that game alone. At least he put up some points, but the terrific Miami defense laid down. There were so many mistakes, and our great corners couldn't even cover a rookie playing his first NFL ever. So our offense was pulled back from the 15-yard penalties. The whole team stunk. Okay. But you got to pick on one guy. It's got to be either Dave Wanstead or Jay Fiedler. And the whole defense and everybody else. They stunk, is basically what it boils down to. Wouldn't you say? I mean, you saw part of it. In the words of a great philosopher.
They stunk.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, did I mention I had a great meal at the Ruth Chris without the Rimmer Saturday night?
Not enough.
What a pleasure to, go to dinner with a good friend and, not have to worry about him taking along a whole family or, half a dozen people or a bunch of strangers off the street and expecting me to whip out my platinum card and pay thousands of dollars when I'm sitting there eating one goddamn steak. I mean, it's a little old, Rimmer, okay, a little old and stale. See, they are listening on the Internet right now. Remember when my phone rang on Friday morning?
Right.
After I was ranting and raving about don't call me, I'll call you, all that other stuff. And the phone rang. It was him. That goes to show you what lifeless people we're talking about. They listen, they're obsessed with this radio station. They hate you, but they can tell me everything you say on the air when you're on. They hate Mo, but they can tell me, oh, well, I just had my Sony Walkman on this morning and Mo was ripping you an ass, See, I don't want to hear about that, no Mo. No, when I'm done with the show, I know it comes as a great shock to you, but other than getting my bedtime stories and emailing them to Eric, which, by the way, nice job, Eric. Eric's great. We never realized it till this moment, but Eric's great. But I don't want to hear about QAM. No. Absolutely.
Not if you're sane.
Absolutely.
So just leave me alone. I don't think about it, And that will get me through life a hell of a lot better. Now my idea for the poll, maybe we'll do it tomorrow. Which South Florida police force is the most fascist, or I don't know how you want to word it. You know what I'm saying?
That's a great idea.
I want you to think. Thank you very much, sir, for your rant about the BS.
Oh!
That was good. I'm not saying that all cops are bad. We got a lot of really good cops. The good ones listen to the show and they like it. The bad ones listen to the show and they hate it. They all listen to it.
Yeah.
Every cop in town listens to this show. Thank goodness most of the ones who listen, the good ones, are the ones that stop me for speeding or whatever on hiatus.
So far.
No, seriously. I'm trying to think. Have I ever had a ticket on hiatus in that speed trap between Broward and Sunrise? I don't think so. No. Pretty sure not.
I haven't gotten a ticket since my radar detector, since I started using that.
But you know where I'm talking about, on hiatus, where they hide behind the bushes and there's like that little shed there, They're full of shed. And they come whipping out of nowhere. The speed limit's got to be raised on that street. If there's one project we got to complete before I lay my microphone down, get the speed limit raised to 45 on hiatus. You got to crawl along there. I'm coming to work in the morning when I'm down there, and I'm headed toward 595, and you're just creeping along because you know that it's a speed trap, and some asshole behind you is like barrel-assing right up on your ass because he can't figure out why you're going so damn slow, especially in your expensive goddamn Corvette.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm sorry, man. I don't want to have no more tickets. I want to be able to get when I turn 90, I want to be able to get my 6-year renewal in the mail.
You must have given away that radar detector I gave you.
You gave me a radar detector?
Yeah, a few years ago.
Get out of here.
I did.
Most of the stuff you've given me, I have given away.
I know.
In fact, until this moment, I was never going to let on to you.
I know.
What?
What? You have everything anyways. I know you give most of the stuff
No, you
away.
gave me that nifty little... No, I actually didn't give away that little portable TV. Remember you gave me that?
Right.
It's just sitting somewhere there. I mean, where am I going to use that?
I don't know.
George gives really neat, really sensational presents, but I don't know.
You're a
like
rich
you
guy with
gave me
everything
a
you
nice
want.
DVD player.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago.
The 2-in-1. You used that one.
No.
Oh.
Well, I hooked it up, but then the problem was it wouldn't. I couldn't get. See, this is the first time George is hearing this. I couldn't get it working with my TV because I got all the satellite dishes and all that stuff in there. I just didn't have enough inputs and outputs and up your nose, and so I gave it away.
Okay.
But I recently bought another one though. You'll be pleased to know that.
All right.
Because I had to buy a little switch. I had to buy a little switcher box.
Right.
In addition to which, that was before I was really into DVDs. I don't know. I'm a little slow on that, like most things.
I'm not worried about it.
Some things I'm very fast on. You'd be amazed. But on that, I'm pretty slow.
It's the thought that counts, right?
Right. No, seriously. It's not that I didn't appreciate it. Don't take it wrong. And I gave it to my friend Dave, who's a good friend. He's a good guy. You know Dave.
Uh-huh.
And he, he freeloads whatever stuff that I don't want. He just requisitions it.
Like what I got going here at the station.
Exactly. Whatever isn't tied down, it winds up in your house. That's a hell of a good idea. Yeah, let's do it that way. Like the TV that time at IOD. Remember that?
No.
Don't you remember that?
Oh, that TV. I was going to say, because I didn't take no TV from IOD, but I remember somebody else.
Yeah, the guy had like a little bit of a nose problem. I don't want to mention no names. He had a little bit of a problem. And he would come in there on the weekend and stuff would just kind of like disappear briefly, kind of like Harry in Requiem for a Dream,
right.
Speaking of that.
Yeah.
That mumbler, man, that mouth-breathing asshole, if Scott puts him on one more time, I'm going to personally tell Clarence, make sure he doesn't get paid. That guy's just, talk about out of control. That's whatever he is. I don't know what he is.
I don't know.
Anyway, we got a bunch of dead people. Don't let me forget that poll.
I know how you word it, too.
Oh, there's Andy Roddick. Andy Roddick is, he's got some of the most bizarre face. He's like Jim Carrey. You know what I mean? With kind of like that plastic man face. Sure. He makes the most bizarre like there. He just got the winning point to win the U.S. Open, and he's like, but he's really pretty damn good. No, he's great. He just a few days over 21. He won the U.S. Open. He lives in Boca. He's doing Mandy Moore as his girlfriend, and everybody loves Andy Roddick, right?
Yeah.
Sure. What's not to like, right?
Who?
Come on, you know who Andy Roddick is at least, right?
No.
Okay, he plays poker.
Okay.
He pokes her a lot. Who is the greatest fictional character in movies or TV? That's our poll question. We got 77 votes, and of course there's going to be a lot more choices on there, so a lot of people are like holding back. They're laying out. James Bond 32, Superman 11. Sherlock Holmes has got 10. Can you believe that?
There you go.
Now they must just be sucking my ass to do that. You think?
Well, we got a lot of old codgers, maybe.
Darth Vader. You don't have to be old to like Sherlock Holmes. You don't like Sherlock Holmes?
I like him fine, but I'm old.
Have you seen like the original, the great movies with Basil Rathbone and Nigel Bruce?
Like I was telling you this morning, Channel 6 used to run all those old movies.
Plus he was a drug addict, so you ought to like him.
Sure, opium.
Darth Vader 8, him and Bela Lugosi. Help me, Sherlock, help me. He couldn't get a hold of Eddie, so he's calling Sherlock.
It's formaldehyde.
What a shame, Ed Wood. It had such great promise, you know. Darth Vader has, come on, this thing is changing on me again, and it's very slow. Oh, like I said, I'll give you the results momentarily. Okay, here it is. Darth Vader 8, Batman's got 8. What about Robin? Can we put right now? See, but that'll get a bunch of perverts in there. They don't like Robin because he had those green tights with the kielbasa stuffed in them. I like Robin a lot. Mad Max 6, Indiana Jones 3, and none yet for The Prisoner, Patrick McGowan. See, The Prisoner's a little bit too cultish, you know what I mean?
Esoteric.
A little too esoteric for any crowd.
Yeah.
Plus, wasn't it really a British series?
Yes, it was.
Uh-huh. Boy Gary gave me the entire series on tape. That boy Gary, he was the best. Asshole. Remember that? He gave me the whole Prisoner series on videotape.
No, I don't remember that.
Well, that was something nice he did. I can't think of anything else besides leave. And then he tried to sue the company because they fired his ass because he really thought he had a job for life and he really believed it. Oh my God. Was he dumb or what?
He sued because you said bad things about him.
Yeah, and that too, right. Well, they always throw me in there too, just as an afterthought. Well, let's sue his ass just because he's a prick, you know. Singer-songwriter Warren Zevon dies. Oh, there've been so many. You're right, didn't talk too much about Charles Bronson last week.
Right.
Now, 10 Till Midnight, wasn't that one of the really good movies he was in?
You know what? I forgot all about that movie. That was a good movie.
That was a great movie. I loved it. They had the like showdown there in the street, very tense. Mm-hmm. But at any rate, Charles Bronson, who was just a rugged. You know who I always confuse him with, and I know this will seem really bizarre.
Jack Palance.
No. Oh, he looked a little bit like him. Robert Blake.
Same kind of, I don't know, voice?
Yeah, the same kind of deal, you know. I don't know what it is. Maybe they were just contemporaries and they seemed to look a little bit alike. I don't know. Of course, Charles Bronson never shot his wife or had anybody do it. And maybe Robert Blake didn't either, although George hopes so. George is pulling that he's guilty.
Well, I know we all know he's guilty.
Because the bitch had it coming.
She did have it coming.
Warren Zevon, who wrote and sang the rock hit World. Oh, and Giselle McKenzie died too. Only Boca Brian and I know who that was. From your hit parade.
Maybe your hit parade.
Dorothy Collins, Russell Arms, Snooky Lanson, and what the hell's her name? Giselle McKenzie. Brought to you by Lucky Strike. You know, those were the great days, man. When America started turning to crap? When they banned cigarette advertising on TV. I mean, I'm not suggesting you should be smoking cigarettes because those faggots will kill you, which guess what? That's why she died, I think. Where's the story? Oh, no, she died of colon cancer. Who the hell was the one that just died of? Oh, it was Warren Zevon. A lifelong smoker until quitting several years ago. He was diagnosed with terminal lung cancer, was given only a few months to live in September 2002 when he was on with Letterman. He spent much of that time visiting with his two grown children, working on a final album. He was 56. Only 56, Warren Zevon is dead. Oy! Giselle McKenzie, Charles Bronson, Warren Zevon, wow. It's getting nasty, you know it? It's getting pretty goddamn dangerous. Well, I got a great story about the city of Santa Cruz, California. Tomorrow's a momentous day as they look into impeaching El Presidente.
Live and local. This is 560. The radio's all yours now. QAM.
I want to bang you in the butt, honey.
Okay. When summer rolls around, there's nothing I like more than sitting on the front porch with a nice cold glass of Country Moment lemonade. The only thing that could make it better would be a pretty little girl sitting next to me. No, wait a second. A pretty little naked girl. Yeah, that's what I meant. No, wait. A pretty little naked girl who puts her hand on my thigh and starts rubbing real gentle like. No, I got it. A pretty little naked girl rubbing my thigh, talking dirty in my ear, who throws me on the porch and has her way with me. Yeah, that's it. She just starts pounding me, man, riding the hog, screaming, do me, baby, do me. Give it to mama. Yeah, Oh, forget the damn lemonade, man. Just give me the naked girl. Come on. I need it.
New trial for Skakel, question mark, they're saying on CNN. They say they got an informant who said he didn't kill that Moxley bitch.
Yeah, sure.
How do you like that? I say leave him in there, okay, just to piss off the Kennedys.
Okay.
See, Jane, who's one of our chronic faxers and a real sweetheart, she doesn't get it. By the way, she points out tomorrow at 5 p.m., President Bush will be visiting Fort Lauderdale at Pier 66. Protests are planned. And you were telling me there were protests in Hollywood over the weekend.
Some kind of a rally.
No press, no coverage, nobody knows about it.
Not before the fact.
No, after it's done, then they say, well, there were only 40 people there. That's because nobody knew about it. Anyway, it says, I don't know if you already have him, but Rick in Casablanca. See, Jane, you don't understand. The greatest fictional character is somebody, was there a follow-up? Was there a sequel?
No.
Was there like Rick in any other movie with Humphrey Bogart? No. Right?
Right.
So does that qualify? No, Jane. You were right. There are people who don't get it. We're not asking what was the best role in the history of movies. That's like a one-time role. We're asking who's the greatest fictional character in movies or TV. And so the next fax you sent me, Archie Bunker, is sensational.
Right.
That's great. Nobody don't like no Archie Bunker. So that's on there already. See, now they get it. Poor Jane. Jane's great, but, you can't be perfect, Jane. And thanks for the info about the protest at Pier 66. You ever eat at Pier 66?
Nope.
I think I did with Bob Neal.
Really?
From Cox Broadcasting. Yes, I had lunch there one day, and he was asking me my thoughts, and of course, whatever I told him, they did the opposite. That was back when they were getting ready to can Mike Ranieri, rest in peace. And I said, don't mess with success, don't be putting a bunch of news crap on there, and they fired poor Mikey, and they stuck Chuck Meyer on there with that awful, terminal, boring show. That would have been a success if I would have supported it better.
Hey, a lot of work went into that show.
Don't forget, if you're in radio and you ever happen to come along and work on this station that I'm on, and you failed, I'm always there for you to blame. I'll be the scapegoat. It's always Neil's fault.
Mm-hmm. That's what Mo said.
Chuck Meyer failed because of it. Mo failed because of me.
Absolutely.
If I'd just be more supportive of the Mo-meister. Here's a call from Kendall. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
This team is out for some kind of vengeance. Junior, blow it out your ass.
Boy, are they surly or what? I love it. I can't begin to describe to you the emotional, the sexual excitement I get. The tingling in my sphincter, just knowing how psychotic. It's one thing to lose the opener, which they usually don't do. They usually get off to that fast, bogus start, and they suck everybody in. Oh, this is the year. And then, of course, they collapse like a house, like a deck of cards. Yeah. But to lose to a little girls' team. In fact, Muff told me before the game that he didn't even bother going, or before the show that he didn't even bother going because he thought it was a slam dunk, to quote him. A slam dink, which is what he does a lot from what I'm hearing. But are you ready for that? He didn't go because he thought it was a foregone conclusion. Even George was shocked and amazed.
Yep.
And probably pleased. Because he's so, Wonder Woman's good.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder Woman, I'm going to have to play Virgin Mary just so I don't want to play the whole thing. Okay? But I do love that.
Virgin Mary, Virgin Mary.
That's enough. So Wonder Woman we had on there. This will be a lengthy list. There's a lot of good choices, and just keep reading the question again and think of the significance. Somebody that really means something. Somebody who's had a lasting power, right?
Right. Famous.
And a character really neat and interesting and whatever. All of these things.
Does anybody even know?
Are you interrupting again?
No.
Who is the greatest? Yes, you are. Who is the greatest? And Scott hasn't said squat yet so far because he's told me that until he gets paid, he's not speaking. Did Clarence come in there yet to take care of this? Goddamn Clarence.
No.
If he would spend at least 15 minutes out of the obese orifice just one day a week, we get some crap done. And don't forget, by the way, this Wednesday is payday for some of us, the 10th of September. I just mentioned that in passing, Clarence. He probably ain't listening, but Muff listens. Muff gets paid to sit in his office and listen and go pat people on the head, check in. Everything okay? Now, Fort Myers on 9. Is it possible that could be really from Fort Myers? It's
possible.
Highly unlikely. Here's Fort Myers. Hello. Fort Myers. Yeah, it probably was really from Fort Myers because they're stupid enough. 5670560. Here's a call from Hialeah. Hello.
Patriots suck.
No, Suck this. Here's Miami. Hello.
Neil, I got the one. We need Keith on the list. So Count Dracula.
Dracula's good.
Perfect.
And, of course, Dracula was just, it was a one-time movie, but the character recurred like 80 zillion times in The Bride of Dracula and The Bride of Ghost of Frankenstein and Your Mama.
Well, the new one, the Francis Ford Coppola, that's the one to watch.
Frank Langella?
No. Gary Oldham.
Gary's Oldham?
Gary's Oldham.
That's very, that's the one to watch?
Yeah.
As opposed to Bela Lugosi, are we going to have this idiotic argument again? It's getting pretty ponderous, man.
All right, then let's argue Korea versus Hasek, who's going to win the cup.
Get out of here. Don't hockey talk, okay? If you want hockey talk, we'll give you Rimmer's phone number, okay? You staying at a very, very expensive hotel, the most expensive one in downtown Toronto. Guy that wants a bunch of free meals, you know? Guy to help me lose all of that money with his good, close, personal golfing buddy, Mitch Hirsch. Go away, Rimmer, like I said. Don't go away, man. Just go away, please, fast, soon. Here's Pompano. Hello.
Yeah, hi, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Okay, somebody just beat me to Dracula, but I have another one in Michael.
We got that on there, by the way, Dracula. We're not saying which one. We're not narrowing it down to who played it, because we could do that with Batman. It was just too ponderous.
But also Michael Corleone you could put on there. 3 movies, you know. I guess he was around for a while.
Yeah, he was in all 3 of them.
Oh, yeah, you know, it's the funny thing, but just to change the subject, I didn't watch the presidential address last night, but I did read some articles about it, and my only question to him is, you know, where's all this money going to come from? To
your pocket and mine.
Yeah, but no, I mean, what programs are they going to take it away from? I mean, where are they going to make the cuts?
All of them. I think what we're going to do is probably close down all the public schools.
Yeah, I mean, because, you know, the tax breaks are going out. They're going to be made permanent.
To the billionaires, right.
You know, and apparently the money they want to earmark for Iraq is greater than what they want to donate to public education. I mean, where are we heading to? This is, I mean...
Down on a handbasket.
It's sad. It really is.
But you see, the good part of it is, though, his approval number, this is just like Papa like son. The numbers are dropping like a rock. Right now, if the election were today, he would have no chance of getting reelected.
You know, it's the same thing. I mean, they're truly, you know, deranged people. I mean, you know, they do the same things over and over again and expect to get different results, and it's just not going to happen.
You notice how Rumsfeld is losing it?
Oh, he doesn't even
want to talk. And the soldiers over there said, by the way, don't come and speak to us because we just want to go home and you lied to us, and so he canceled his speech over there.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they don't even want to appear in front of the camera anymore. Any of the people that work from it, a lot of them are just dropping out. I mean, you know, Ari Fleischer left, Christine Todd Whitman has left. I mean, who's next?
Maybe next will be Condoleezza.
Yeah. You know, she was being interviewed yesterday. I forget by who, but she just was freezing up. She couldn't answer anything. I'm telling you, Neil, it was great. I kept hearing that song that he used to have for her.
Yeah.
As she was talking, I was laughing so much. It was beautiful. There you go.
Have a great day, Pally. Things are looking up.
Okay, Neil.
Keep your chin up. As Enrique likes to say, keep your chin up. I think I should play the original one. Anyway, here's a fax that says, at least once. Here's a fax that says, put Shaft on your list, says Tina from North Dade Community College. No. There's no chance. Does Shaft qualify?
No.
I'm not even sure that Indiana Jones qualifies. How many of those movies were there?
About 30, man.
Huh?
3 or 4.
Yeah, I don't know whether he belongs on there or not. Oh, I do like that song by R. Dean Taylor, Indiana Wants Me. Every time I think of the name of that movie, which I never saw any of those because it's basically a movie for kids, right? Indiana Jones?
Yeah, pretty much.
And you're doomed in temple? Isn't that what Jay Fiedler said? Oy! He was doomed in temple. The rabbi put a curse, a hex on him. That's why he threw that quail there at the end of the game. I don't want you people to feel bad, all you silly Dolphin people. You should be concentrating on the Marlins now, okay? Marlins. Game behind the Phillies for the wild card. They're having one hell of a season. They're like 10 or 11 games over 500. The freaking Marlins. And what are they worried about? Oh, the fish. Well, Marlins are a fish. Never had no appetite for fish myself. The smell, I just can't get near it. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Fort Lauderdale, hello.
Hi, Neil.
Yes, sir.
You mentioned the prisoner, and I agree with that 100%, but if you're going to put the prisoner on the list, you have to put John Drake on the list, who was the secret agent in the series that was the precursor for the prisoner. Well, he came out in England as Danger Man.
Right.
It's just sometimes I went
to something, the prisoner doesn't really belong on there.
Well, but the thing is,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure, but Secret Agent was a half-hour series that ran a lot longer than The
See,
Prisoner.
if we did a poll and we said, who was your favorite fictional character, which I think we've done that, and we can do that again, then these people belong on there. But to say who was the greatest fictional character ever in movies or TV, even to put The Prisoner on there is like, it's just being gratuitous for groupies of that series, which I love the series. I think we should take that off. Don't you, George?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
I was actually not even calling up to suggest that he be on the list. I was just saying that there was a series called Secret Agent that was actually...
And then there was the song by Johnny Rivers, Secret Agent Man, one of my favorites.
That was the theme to the song as it was as a series that was
Right.
played in the United States.
Absolutely correct, sir.
And now, as far as the vote for, and I don't know whether this would qualify, but I put Thomas Anderson on the list, who is Neo from The Matrix. And as of November, there will be a third movie, so I would think that would qualify, although you did put a limitation with Indiana Jones, which...
Yeah, it's, I mean, I'll leave Indiana Jones on there, but I don't want to put too many on. It would have been like 2 or 3 movies. That's not, I mean, how do you compare that with Batman and with Sherlock Holmes
Superman.
and with Superman? Which, how many different Supermans have there been over the years?
About 30, man.
You know, including the lovely Tom Welling.
Well, I don't think you mentioned this one. How about Tarzan?
Tarzan's good. Tarzan's good.
Yeah.
He's a real swinger.
Yeah, there you go.
Thanks a lot, Pally.
Take
Have a great
care.
day.
You too.
Yeah, what's wrong with Tarzan, okay?
Not the Johnny Weissmuller one, anyway.
I don't know. I'm trying to think. There was a Jewish guy that played Tarzan once.
Ron Eli.
Very good. Oh my God. I can't believe that. Didn't he go to Eli High down there?
With Eli Wallach.
12 minutes. Oh, I sure hope not. Hey, eat another cannoli. Come on, Eli. Eat another cannoli just to be sure. Boy. No, you eat it. You're so skinny. And then seriously, that was a very erotic thing that Connie did in that movie when she tongued the edges of the cannoli and just licked the cream off the edge. Oh my God, you can't say that on the air, can you?
No.
Okay, we won't say it again. She just sucked the 11:13 at 560 WQAM. If you're underpaid, overworked, underappreciated, in other words, if you're in a really crappy job and you're sick and tired of living like some kind of a schmuck, how would you love to have a new high-paying career before the year's end? Just call our good friends at Fast Train, 1-866-FAST-TRAIN. Mention Todd Dreck, they'll probably hang up on you immediately. Fast Train can have you trained and certified before year's end. The demand for computer professionals is still growing like Topsy. There's no end in sight. So there's no better time than right now to get you a new high-paying career in the computer field. Start making a big fat paycheck, and then you can start smoking a big fat one too. Fast Train offers job placement assistance, convenient day, evening, and weekend schedules, and there are 6 Florida locations now, including 4 in South Florida, so there's bound to be one convenient by where you are. Fast Train offers you financial assistance to people who qualify. So if you're tired of being in a dead-end job and looking at a very measly paycheck, if you're scrimping and scraping just to get by, call Fast Train today and get yourself on the road to a real career and paycheck. Call 1-866-FAST-TRAIN or check them out on the web at fasttrain.com and then call that toll-free number. Get all the details, 1-866-FAST-TRAIN.
We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Of exploding balls.
In 1980, fear was born. In 1984, the nightmare began. In 2003, the two legends will meet face to face. Freddy. First, we kill the children. Versus Jason. Versus Godzilla. What the f was that? It's evil versus evil versus Godzilla. Then, this holiday season, they meet again in the ring. It's Freddy versus Jason versus Rocky.
But Rock, these guys will tear you to pieces.
I don't know, Mickey.
He's got knives on his fingers. He'll ruin your pretty face, Rock.
I don't know, Mickey. Then, summer 2004, Freddy versus Jason versus Seabiscuit. Then the following Thanksgiving, Freddy versus Jason versus Kramer versus Kramer. Then, coming to pay-per-view, Christmas 2004, Freddy versus Jason versus the Olsen twins. It's a grudge match in a cage, suspended over the Rose Bowl in beautiful Pasadena, California. Only on pay-per-view. Order today.
Now, was that Kramer versus Brad Kramer? Is that what that was?
Yes.
It's 11:18 at 560 WQM. Somebody, Alex, who's a chronic faxer, and we usually poo-poo his suggestions. He's got a good one today, Spider-Man.
Sure.
Because Spider-Man was not only the movie, but it was also in cartoons and all kinds of crap.
Comic books, TV series, TV movies.
Right, that's my point. Spider-Man's a good one. Thank you, Alex. It's about time you got a good one. What about Rocky?
The flying squirrel?
No, not that Rocky. That's why I said it that way. No, I'm talking about Sly Stallone, Rocky. No?
If you want, I mean, whatever.
Well, why not? It'll get some votes. It was gigantic. I'm not asking if we like it. I mean, it's for morons. It's for illiterate people like him, but there are a lot of illiterate people like him. Also, Freddy Krueger, which is why I just played that thing. You got to have Freddy Krueger.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
Well, why are you, reluctant on that? Is there any doubt about that?
No, I keep leaning over to type it up.
No, you don't. You don't like that.
No, I like it just fine.
Freddy Krueger, there were how many of those,
About 30, man.
Nightmare on Elm Street parts 1 through 100.
Well, we can put Jason and Mike Myers on there, too, while we're at it.
No. You think?
Jason's bigger than Freddy.
So we got to put Jason from,
No, I don't care. I don't care what.
No, I don't want to put Jason on there. Because Jason had the mask. Oh, my phone is ringing. It must be a package downstairs. Maybe it's the money that Ed McMahon is sending me. Also, Dirty Harry. Dirty Harry, man. Somebody faxes in. And I have some shocking news for you. About 1,400 Dutch died during the heat wave. You know, we had 12,000 French died.
Right.
About 1,400 Dutch died during the heat wave. So it's a damn good thing I got the hell out of there, you know what?
Right. You would have been a dead Dutchman, a Dutch oven.
Oh, and look at this. Tina from Miami-Dade says, just because... Did you see this?
Yeah,
well, of course you did, because you said... What kind of crap is that, damn it?
She's
just
militant.
Because Shaft is black doesn't mean he doesn't qualify. Now, put Shaft on that list right now, goddammit, says Tina from Miami-Dade. Well, guess what, Tina? No chance. I don't care if he's black or purple or what. Shaft is small potatoes. I got your Shaft over here, sweetheart. Tina from Miami-Dade. Go to a real school, okay, instead of where a bunch of illegal aliens are hanging out. Maybe you might learn something. She's all militant about this. Well, let me say it again. The answer is no chance. No Shaft. I'm going to give you the Shaft, honey. So how do you like that? Because he's black. Everything you do in America, it's a racial thing. Can we put are there any black characters that qualify to be on this list? No. There must be. Just to pacify Tina. Who?
I said there must be. We just can't think of
Well, think of somebody. How about Amos and Andy?
Oh.
That may not be what you had in mind.
Which one, Amos or Andy?
Andy Gibb.
I'm thinking.
Famous Anus. I'm trying to think of a black character who, fictional, TV, I got one.
Yeah.
She won't like this either, but he's George Jefferson.
Okay.
Movies or TV, if we got Archie Bunker. That should be equal time. Okay, Tina, is that okay?
No,
I didn't think so. I'm putting him on anyway. I love George Jefferson. And when I think back to that asshole Tom Jicken writing about, that show is racist, bullcrap. That's like saying that All in the Family was racist. They were stereotypes,
right,
you know?
They weren't getting it. It was sarcasm.
It was comedy. It was just comedy. It was sarcastic comedy, and they don't come no better than George Jefferson, although he is a fact. So about 1,400 Dutch died during the heat wave. It was boiling over there. That day we went on the train to Cologne, Germany. As much as I love Cologne, I should have put some extra on that day, Cologne. I can't begin to tell you.
Maybe that's why they died.
Maybe that's why so many people fly out of South Florida in the summertime till about November when it gets under 100 and when humidity is under 95. But I think they're coming back. I think we see that on our website. I think our show is like the barometer of South Florida if there's any there. A few more people came back. They had to really hustle to sell that damn game out yesterday. It would have been a public service if they would have blacked that out, you know what? Would be a lot fewer psychotic people in South Florida today. No. Here's a call from Miami. Hello. So that was him, but it wasn't good. That was him.
Didn't sound like him.
By the way, see, the worst thing that you can start doing when you expect to get paid on the show is to start disagreeing with the host.
I'm not getting paid yet.
No, you're right. It wasn't him. You're right. When you're right, you're right. Don't happen often, but when you're right, you're right. Get his paycheck going there, Clarence, will you jackass?
By the way.
With your damn Beasleys. Here's a guy that's going to make about $4 or $5 an hour, and they're dragging their feet. Well, we're making some cutbacks, on payroll, and we got to really tighten our belts, because the Beasleys don't know where their next goddamn meal is coming from, where the next chitlins are coming from. Well, you can just imagine a meal at the Beasley household. Oh, brother.
So anyway.
Probably a lot of canned peas, yes?
There is no Tina from North Dade Community College, this person who keeps faxing over and over again. I didn't look at the header. It's one of our chronic fax holes that is on the list.
Oh.
Should have caught it sooner, but nevertheless.
Yeah, you should have caught it sooner, George, just like Scott should have caught that guy that's called. How many times already today?
About 30, man.
It's not even noon yet. That asshole's been on there 30 times. But you know what? We really don't care. I got a whole new attitude, man. No, I don't. See, I was telling you last week, and I really mean this. Don't let yourself get upset. You get upset.
No.
Yes, you do. I went through all of that for a zillion years. I don't care. What the hell difference does it make? We do the damn best to do our duty. In fact, you did a big one before the show, and that's it. That's the best you can do.
Thank goodness it was only one, though. I was afraid.
See, you know what I think is heaven? One continuous, beautiful, perfectly shaped log.
Oh, yeah, man.
Oh, Abe Lincoln would be so proud.
I'd
one of those
sell my
Lincoln
soul.
logs. You think that's why they call them Lincoln logs in the bowl?
Stinking
I'd
logs.
sell my soul to drop a big one in the bowl. Seriously.
Right,
I mean,
nice
of course,
paper.
that's so antiseptic. I don't want to start again with that toilet talk. We did enough of that last week about the flush toilets and all the other stuff. And about the fact that I go around. In fact, they said, one of the city officials called me after they heard that show. They listened on the internet. They said, if you'd like, we can, put you on the payroll, on the public dole, and you can go around to, hotels and restaurants, and you could be like the official flusher.
You can be on the dole to flush the bowl.
Yeah. And, of course, when I get rid of them, I always flush them at least 4 times. That's where that term came from, the 4-flusher. No, I don't want to leave that there. And if it's me, I hate to say this, but I was in distress in a downtown area hotel.
Yeah.
And I just had to go and make a deposit. And I get all done, and believe me, it was a very healthy movement. And Beethoven would have agreed. And I go to flush it, and it felt like it was one of those handle jobs, you know?
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like on the side, one of those without a bowl in the back. You know what I'm talking about. And it was I felt like it was broken. And I thought, oh, no, I can't, I'll never leave here. I can't leave that behind me.
Go get a bucket of water.
So luckily, I pulled it forward and backward as opposed to up and down, which usually those things, and it just sucked it out. Oh.
You still talking about a toilet?
26 past 11 at 560 WQAM. Scott's going to get on the payroll by the end of the week or we're all quitting. How do you like that?
All right.
Clarence, we're getting sick and tired of waiting for a response. I want Clarence in there during the break. I want his little skinny ass in there with an explanation. I want no excuses. We went through the same thing with Boner Boy, remember?
Sure.
Which probably postponed his demise. Hey, when the time comes to have your carpets cleaned, here's one name. That's the only thing that needs to pop right into your mind. Just like that. Dry Concepts. For over 20 years, they've done a fantastic job in my house. Like about a month ago, they came and sucked out the deep down dirt in my carpets, made them look and smell and feel just like brand new. Dry Concepts. Oh, and by the way, do we have an ad for Ken Halpern at National Limos on our website yet?
I don't know.
I don't think so. Why the hell not? What are we dragging our feet for? What are we dragging our feet for? Let's get with it. My good close friend Ken Halpern, you're going to wind up cutting off my limo service, you clowns. Come on, Eric. Probably not Eric's fault. Probably you haven't sent him nothing. Anyway, getting back to our friends at Dry Concepts. They're the best in the world, the #1 carpet cleaning company. The only ones in the world who dry clean your carpets. It's a real patented method. It's not just some kind of advertising gimmick. They give you a written guaranteed price before they do the work and always do a spectacular, unbeatable job on your drapery, your furniture, your carpeting, your upholstery, the whole deal. And now Dry Concepts continues to offer you an opportunity to save 15% on your next carpet cleaning during these final dog days of summer. Just call Dry Concepts at 1-800-248-5071. Ask to be put on their standby list. Then Dry Concepts will call you next time they've got an opening in their schedule. It's just like when you fly standby. If you're available when they have an opening, they'll do the job for you and knock 15% off the regular reasonable low price already. Call Dry Concepts today. Ask to be put on that standby list. They might even have an opening on the day you call. They'll give you 15% off the price of the job. Call 1-800-248-5071. 1-800-248-5071 or check them on the Wicked World Wide Web at dryconcepts.com.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Rambo 4 and 5. How are you? John Rambo's still alive. I want to make movies 4 and 5. My life ain't going great, Planet Hollywood's broke. Unfortunately, I speak like I had a stroke. First blood came in 82. That's when I hurt my penis and it never ever grew. Rambo 2 was in 85 late. Rambo 3 was in 88. Shooting and looting and tooting. My gun. I did not make this movie with my son. His name is Sage. He was in Rocky 5 and Daylight, the tunnel movie. A little bit of cash is what I need. I gotta get a role from Apollo Creed. I gotta have another hit movie or a Broadway show like Dennehy. I guess nobody ever saw Copland. It was stupid. I guess I understand. My whole life is about to cave in. All I got left is Jennifer Flavin. Ladies and gentlemen, I need to make Rambo 4 and 5. Check it out. So call me up. I really need a script. I can do dialogue or keep it zipped. I like comedy, action, adventure, and drama. The only thing I will not do is have sex with a llama. So give me a break, for goodness sake. I used to be on Oprah. Now I can't get on Ricky Lake. Right now I got a one-man show in Poughkeepsie. Basically, I'm an unemployed gypsy. A little bit of cash is what I need. I gotta get a loan from Apollo Creed. I gotta have another hit movie. Or a Broadway show like Dennehy. I guess nobody ever saw Copland. It was stupid, so I understand. My whole life's about to cave in. All I got left is Jennifer Flavin. And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, I need to make Rambo 4 and 5. How are you? Absolutely. Absolutely.
27 till noon at 560 WQM. Happy Monday to you. Here's one that says, the facts, I did not hear the play-by-play on the radio yesterday. However, after the game, right after the game, turned on the radio, I didn't hear Mo. I heard the big,
oh!
Where did Mo go? Is he gone forever is what it said. And then with several yeses with exclamations as in hoping that there'd be. But the bad news is, he's still there. He was on this morning, I heard about 2 minutes, and then you cut it off, which thank you very much, by the way.
Sorry, I could have popped it back on for you.
Oh, I would have loved hearing him like moaning and groaning and making all kinds of excuses. The moaning after that embarrassing, humiliating loss to a little girls' school, a team.
Mo moaning in the moaning?
Mo was moaning. Wait till that summer book comes out. Wow, and then we get that hour by hour and see where the big shower of powers between 8 and 10 when Scott Perella's on. And about the gigantic dump that we have between 5 and 8 in the a.m. You'll see. Mark my words, man. Put an X on each one. Okay, how's this thing going? Pretty well. We'll get a lot more names on this list. 196 votes. Who was the greatest fictional character in movies or TV? Not somebody that was in one movie you like, Jane, like whatever Humphrey Bogart was in Casablanca. Rick. James Bond 65. I guess that was a foregone conclusion, right? By the way, if we're going to have Rocky on there, shouldn't we also have Rambo? Yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Don't you think?
Absolutely.
How about Captain James Kirk, somebody suggested? Captain Kirk.
Okay.
And if we're going to put on Captain Kirk, which we will, what about Mr. Spock?
What about him?
He had unique ears.
Okay.
Mr. Spock. They love Mr. Spock, right?
Sure.
James Bond said, where are you going?
I'm typing these to Eric.
Just slow down a little bit. You're too hyper this morning, man. Must have got the good shipment over the weekend.
I wish.
Zoltan must have stopped by with some reinforcements. Boy, don't we miss him or what?
No.
He was really ugly. How come you never said to me, how come you say, what are you thinking about, huh? I must have been really desperate. Of course, when I came to work first at QM, I was hoping just desperately to find some guy to look human. And that leaves him out. I just boxed myself into a corner. He didn't look human. James Bond 65, Superman 27. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Greg Reed. Sherlock Holmes 22. Darth Vader 18. Indiana Jones 16. Batman 12. Michael Corleone 10. Michael Corleone. See, if it would have been me, I never would have really thought about that for some reason. But of course, all three Godfather movies.
I know it was you, Fredo. You broke my heart. You broke my heart.
Archie Bunker's got 9. Mad Max has got 8. Dracula 6. That business about we got to see the what is it?
The Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Bram Stoker.
I saw it. It was good. Gary Oldman does a phenomenal job. It's not the same thing. Why don't you think of it as two different movies about the same character?
I would have rather seen it with Martin Landau.
All right.
Dracula 6. Wonder Woman 2. George Jefferson's got 2. See, I told you. Tarzan 1. Rocky 1. Spider-Man none. Freddy Krueger none. Dirty Harry none yet. 199 votes. What's your take? 567-0560. Pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Are they going to let him speak?
On Iraq, when I go inside politics.
No, they're not going to let him speak. And good thing, too. He just got that bemused look on his face again, that deer in the headlights look. Always, especially lately. Like, how the hell did this happen? How did I get sucked into this? Remember the article I had on a few weeks ago? We put it on our website about how the people who really pull the strings behind the scenes have got him set up to lose the next election anyway? To which we say,
all right.
Good. But not for the right reasons. Remember that?
Right, I remember.
Well, we can only pray that it's true. When in doubt, vote his ass out. Well, of course, nobody really voted him in the first place. Santa Cruz expected to ask Congress to look into impeaching Bush.
All right.
San Jose, California. The Santa Cruz City Council tomorrow is expected to become the first lawmaking body in the nation to ask Congress to look at. I'm reading this so fast because I'm so excited, although I know it doesn't mean much. By the way, it'll be on the back page of the Sun Sentinel, just like the Broward County Commission when they voted to protest against the Patriot Act. Anyway, they'll be the first lawmaking body in the nation to ask Congress to look into impeaching El Presidente for misleading the public on the Iraq War and for trampling on civil rights. The measure to be considered tomorrow is a watered-down version of July's strident call for a council resolution in favor of impeaching Bush and other top members of his administration, all those fascist goyim. A year ago, Santa Cruz became the first city council in the country to oppose the war. More than 150 councils and boards of supervisors across the country subsequently passed similar resolutions. A majority of the Santa Cruz council members are hoping they're all but certain action tomorrow will spark a similar movement. You need to speak up when you see evil being done, said City Councilman Mike Rotkin. Right on, Mike. Absolutely correct. Am I right?
Absolutely.
Because the real evildoers are right there controlling the damn country. That's where the evildoers are. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Here's a call from Deerfield. Hello.
Hello, Uncle Neil.
Yes, sir.
Adrian. This is the traffic list. And first, before we visit the Trivial Pursuit question in a minute, I would like to bring you this live traffic update.
Okay.
In the Pompano area, traffic is being diverted from Federal Highway on Northeast 6th Street due to an accident. However, I've been on hold so long, it's probably clearing out right now. What do we want to talk about?
You had good intentions, though.
Well, you know, you're talking about the going back to having a Jewish Tarzan. I'm thinking maybe Al Goldstein might have that job.
He's a real swinger, yeah.
Look at the big hot air balloon out there who's now trying out for Parcells' job. Do you know who that is?
Who's that?
All right. I'm going to give you a hint. He's got his own talk show. His name's Rush, but he's a
Oh, you're talking about that crap, yeah.
Now, what's he doing on that football show there, trying to give Parcells some trouble? I think the man's insane.
I think they're trying to drive their ratings into oblivion. They're trying to, vanish from the face of the earth.
He's all by himself over there throwing up a white flag while I'm trying to get the sports update. The man's trying to become somebody that he's not. I guess he's running out of things to say about the way the economy's going.
Well, I guess it's a good diversion. Maybe he'll start doing a sports show and he won't have to talk about all the crap that's going on in the world between the economy and Iraq attack and all this other crap.
Okay, that would be my choice for Dracula. We'll put him on the Dracula column, Rush Limbaugh, and we'll see where that goes.
Okay, have a great day.
Now.
Whatever that is. You follow that? Did you put the pieces of that together?
No.
Huh?
What? No.
I don't know. He said he wishes that Dracula would make more biting comments than Rush. Something like that. Rush bites. Just don't forget about that, okay? Just all the bull crap all the time. You know. Whatever he says, you can put the old buzz on it.
All the crap you can unwrap.
That's what he gives you. 20 till noon at 560 WQAM. If you need to sell your home fast, fast cash home buyers are the people you ought to be talking to because they buy houses fast, hassle-free. Fast cash home buyers buy houses in any condition, location, for any reason. If you need to sell your house fast, maybe your house needs a new roof, flooring, or any other repairs. Well, don't waste a lot of money on costly repairs. Call Rod today and unload that thing. Call 1-866-785-FAST for a no-obligation, hassle-free offer. At Fast Cash Home Buyers to help you solve your house problems. You have a vacant house. Maybe you're tired of dealing with a problem tenant or going through a nasty divorce or lost the mortgage payments on the Dolphin game yesterday. Call Fast Cash Home Buyers. Maybe you're 1, 2, or 3 payments behind or inherited a property you don't want and you're looking to unload. Fast Cash Home Buyers can help. So call Rod today at 1-866-785-FAST and let Fast Cash Home Buyers give you peace of mind. Fast Cash Home Buyers will buy your house today. And here's another really great part of this whole deal is you won't have to pay a penny, a dime, a peso in real estate commissions. So call Rod and check this out. Call 1-866-785-FAST, F-A-S-T, for a hassle-free offer. And let Fast Cash Home Buyers help you with those house problems.
Live and local. We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
L-O-N-D-A-Y-S-U-C-K-S.
Okay. Something bothering you, Mrs. Spock?
May I say that I have not thoroughly enjoyed serving with humans. I find their illogic and foolish emotions a constant irritant.
Unlike you, we humans are full of unpredictable emotions.
Love. Tenderness.
Yes. Don't be afraid. Here's my hand. Hold on.
You are beautiful. cream of beauty I've ever known.
What is your point, Mr. Spock?
I love you.
Kiss me. You're out of your mind.
The prospect appeared quite attractive to you a moment ago.
You don't really want to hurt me, do you? Put that thing away.
No, I don't think so.
No! I can't.
It's painless and quick. Entry made by Second Officer Spock.
Possible we may have hit the wrong entry point.
Yes. Very well, Captain.
Try again.
If it pleases you.
What are you waiting for? Hurry!
If you'll excuse the intrusion, Captain.
Bury the hatchet.
An appropriate choice of terms, Captain.
I feel so weak. I'll be glad when this is over.
Harder!
Coming.
I'm behaving disgracefully. I have eaten animal flesh, and I've enjoyed it.
Believe me, Mr. Spock. It was painful. In more ways than one.
I don't know why I have not been infected.
Thank you, Mr. Spock. From both of us.
1:46, 14 till noon at 560. Mad Dog at 2, the Humper from Shula's at 4. Marlins on Dexter at 6:35. Huge game. Marlins at the Mets, 7:10 tonight. And ESPN Radio instead of Eddie K tonight. I don't know why. Do we know why?
No.
And Joe and
Oh, wait,
Mark
that's a
overnight.
typo.
I beg your pardon?
They told me and I forgot. It's a typo. It is.
Ah, Clarence, for crying out loud. He can't. And by the way, did he come in during that break?
No.
No. See what I mean? So Eddie K is on tonight. Clarence can't get the schedule straightened out. If he would spend more time on station work instead of working on the Beast, we'd have something going here. Maybe Scott could get paid sometime this year, before the year comes out. Before our Clarence comes out. Zorro, says Tina again with another phony fax, but you know what? Zorro belongs on there.
Right.
Right?
Sure.
What are you laughing about? Zorro belongs on there. It says for the Latin audience, unless you're an ethnically biased bastard, which I am. But that's beside the point, right?
Right.
Zorro.
Zorro was great.
Indiana Governor Frank O'Bannon, 73 years old, collapses in Chicago. CNN's making a big fuss.
Case is still pending as we speak.
It's pending as we speak. He's still, they're working on him. They're looking at him. You care about that?
No.
I don't think so. So how are we doing so far? James Bond is running away with this baby. I mean, there's no contest, but 75 votes. The greatest fictional character in movies or TV. Second place, Superman 32. Sherlock Holmes 22. I'm so proud of this audience. Darth Vader 20. Indiana Jones 17. Archie Bunker 15. See, Sherlock Holmes is a more cerebral answer than James Bond.
Sure.
Archie Bunker 15. Michael Corleone 14. Batman 12. Dracula and Mad Max are tied with 9 apiece. And then it's real small potatoes. Dirty Harry's only got 4. Aren't you surprised?
He hasn't made a Dirty Harry
He hasn't made your day? Well, now he's got 5. George Jefferson and Wonder Woman each have a pair. Only I think hers are bigger than his. Rocky's got 2. Spider-Man 1. Tarzan 1. Captain Kirk 1. Mr. Spock 1. Rambo and Freddy Krueger got the big... Oh! None. None yet. Oh, this story, well, let me take a few calls. Because you'll have to strap yourself in for this story about the DEA set to battle pot advocates over hemp use in food.
Okay.
Does that leave you almost speechless?
Yeah, almost.
DEA set to battle pot advocates over hemp use in food.
And what foods are these?
Well, we'll get to it.
All right.
Here's a call from Boca. Hello.
Retire!
Oh, that was him, I think. Or maybe just a good imitator. Here's Miami. Hello. Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Great show today. Just wanted to add one to the poll, though, to go along with George Jefferson. How about Fred Sanford?
There's another C. That'll satisfy phony Tina.
Right. Hey, where's the band going to be today?
I have no idea. I don't even know if it's going to be anywhere.
All right.
Because it's Monday, and Miguel has to service Doreen twice on Monday, so I don't know if he's going to have time to get out.
Okay.
We'll let you know. Thanks, Pally. What are you laughing about? It's true. He's got to bone her twice. Are you telling me she was answering phones this morning?
Yeah.
I find that just astonishing and shocking.
Maybe
Doreen, the
branching
queen.
out, spreading her wings.
Maybe she might have another confrontation with Mo.
Absolutely.
Was she answering phones on his show?
I don't know. She certainly answered them
On Pharrell's show. Well,
Yeah.
she's probably looking, she wants to check out the Big D. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Here's a call on Alligator Alley. Hello.
Hey, Uncle Neil.
Yes, sir.
A couple of things for you. Good show today. Number one, Sly Stallone is going to be acting. Well, I wouldn't want to say acting, but he's going to be in directing and producing a movie about the deaths of Biggie Smalls and Tupac Shakur.
I'll be damned.
If you can believe that. The other thing is,
Yeah, he sure seems to fit into that perfectly, don't he?
No. My vote for the poll, Tony Montana, man. Scarface. I know he's only been in one movie, but it's an iconic character, you know. And then
Okay.
last but not least, when times are bleak, we must impeach.
Okay, have a great day. Times are bleach. When it's time to bleach, it's time to impeach. No, Tony Montana ain't going to be on
I mean,
there.
I
It's
like
one
him,
movie.
but no, yeah, one movie.
The greatest fictional character in movies or TV. I mean, I could understand if it was like one movie where it was like Rhett Butler in Gone with the Wind.
Right.
See? Although I'm not putting him on there.
No.
But I'm just saying something like that, where it was like so outstanding, so memorable, so strong, you know?
Right.
5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. We've got 600 open lines. And I would say, we had how many real calls? What percentage of calls today were like real calls?
About 30, man.
And 70% idiots. Well, it's Monday.
Yeah.
Here's a call from Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I think Batman.
You think
Hello?
Batman? Yeah.
That's not
You
too
mean
bad.
Batman that's got 12 votes already on the poll?
Right, but hold on a second. And I think you're really intelligent. The only thing is, why don't you do good radio? I mean, you belong in Toronto with the Wimps.
Yeah.
You know you do. I mean, they're all Wimps up there.
then why are you listening?
I'm trying to get some good radio. I mean,
If you know you're not going to find it here, then why are you listening?
Why? Because there's nothing else on. I mean, I think you're...
Okay, great. There's nothing else on. That.
Calls when I'm on, same shtick.
Same crap. You're boring, pal, okay? And by the way, there are no wimps up here. Only the wimps are playing on the Dolphins. Those are the wimps losing to a girls' team. 567 for this is a guy who listens every single day. You're on, I'm on, recites chapter and verse, every single word. Why don't I do good radio?
Always does that,
Maybe
too.
because we
Starts
don't
out
want
with
to do
some
good radio.
fake
Maybe we'd
material.
like to do bad radio. I beg your pardon?
He always does that, too. Starts out with some fake material and then takes a shot.
Right, exactly.
So clever.
I say Batman. You know, you're so lame. Why didn't you do good call? Are you capable of it?
No.
Didn't think so. You're an idiot. Here's Miami. Hello. Miami.
Hello.
Buenos dias. Yes, sir.
Hey, Uncle Neil. I got a character for you, Inspector Clouseau.
Good one.
The Pink Panther.
Yep.
And then for Tina, in Miami-Dade, I was thinking maybe Toby from Roots.
Okay.
Could be a character for her.
Kunta Kinte. Well, there's a good one. Not. Okay, thanks a lot. Are we putting Kunta Kinte on there? No.
Toby. Kunta Kinte. Toby.
Inspector Clouseau. The brilliant Peter
How do you-
Sellers.
how
Even
do
if
you
he was
spell
supposed to be a real
Clouseau?
asshole. What?
How do you spell Clouseau?
Clouseau. Clouseau. Got it?
Got it.
I know my frog, mister. Because we got Jean Chrétien here in Wimpy, Toronto. That asshole, by the way, never been anywhere near Toronto. He's probably never left South Florida. Another one of those parochial assholes that's stuck down there that can't get out and is bitter about it. See, that's what I hear. That's what I hear in a lot of these voices I hear. And of course, on the heels of that embarrassing loss yesterday to a little league girls team.
Yeah, but you're forgetting something.
What's that?
Aren't we blessed?
We sure are. Well, no, not after that game. We're cursed. It's a freaking curse. And did the Hurricanes cover, even though they won the game? Did they cover the spread? No, I don't think so. What was the spread on that game, Scott? Like 14 or something?
Yeah, I believe it was 14.5.
No, 14.5. Did they
The
come
hook.
close?
No.
They had to pull out of their ass in the end just to win the game. Oh, no wonder Eddie K was on the verge of sticking ESPN radio on tonight. Did Clarence come in here yet to clarify all of these mistakes and boo-boos he's making?
No.
No. You notice how he's playing hard to get?
For some people.
DEA set to battle pot advocates over hemp use in food. Consuming a chunk of organic health food is an act of drug abuse in the eyes of the DEA. If it contains, as some snacks do, hemp as an ingredient. This goes to show you what kind of fascist country you're living in Wimpy, Miami. An appeals court in Alaska says residents can possess up to a quarter pound of pot for their own use. in a Zogby poll conducted last month in New Hampshire, 84% of voters said they supported changing federal law to allow patients to use medicinal marijuana without fear of arrest. Marijuana continues its beeline for the mainstream after years of reefer madness. Reefer madness. Federal officials are ready to do battle with the next target being hemp as food. While it sounds simple enough, one side of mostly pro-marijuana advocates looking to climb another rung on the ladder toward pot tolerance, the fact that the hemp food case even has legs portrays the continued move toward societal legitimacy of the illegal weed. This from the Washington Times. There's a lot more tolerance for marijuana, said Bruce Merkin, a spokesman for the Marijuana Policy Project, which favors pot legalization and most other liberalization of marijuana laws. And it appears that there are more people rallying around this issue, he said. What people are not seeing, said Ed Childress, a DEA spokesman in Washington, is the marijuana legalization lobby at work behind the scenes with better resources, those evildoers. How do you like that?
Had no idea.
2 years ago, DEA asshole Hutchinson, you know him, said that foods using seeds from the hemp plant violated federal law. He ordered a crackdown on the foods, but his dictate was stayed by court order. Maybe Mo is trying to obey the law and pick those seeds out of his. Maybe that's what those seeds are. You ever think about that?
No, I never guessed.
Wow. Now, does this article actually, now it doesn't really list any foods that have any seeds, unfortunately, because we'd probably like to. Oh, I see.
Right.
I see. Wait a minute. Miss Gordon's Minneapolis-based French Meadow Bakery produces, among other things, bread with hemp seeds as primary ingredient. You ready for that? Bread with hemp seeds is a primary. She distances herself from the pro-pod lobby. I don't advocate marijuana use. I don't smoke the wicked weed, Ms. Gordon said, but her multigrain healthy hemp bread uses hemp seed that she purchases legally from Canada, where hemp plants are grown for industrial use and consumption. This is not to get people high. It's something that tastes good, she said. You know, so you get the munchies and you're actually chewing on it at the same time.
It's probably good for your colon, too.
Probably good for your spastic colon.
Absolutely correct, sir.
Powell.
Absolutely.
He's spastic. By the way, he's got this map. He's going to show you exactly where all those WMDs are.
With cartoon pictures.
Yeah. He was just fooling. He was just playing a game of chicken. 11:57 at 560 WQAM announcing a gigantic 2003 Neil Rogers end of summer clearance sale going on right this second at Hallett Pontiac GMC. Get yourself the lowest prices in town from Tom Lehman and Joe Prieto. Good guys. For this special promotion, every vehicle on the lot has been marked down to the absolute lowest rock bottom price. Plus, get yourself 0% financing for 60 months on every 2003 Pontiac or GMC in stock. You won't beat it anywhere. You can buy a 2003 Pontiac Sunfire right now for only $11,998 at Hallett, or get you a full-size Sierra for just $15,998. But you better hurry in now because inventories are limited. And you can still test drive any vehicle on the lot for 24 hours. You can take it home, take it to work, take it to wherever that Pier 66 and protest the president. And, of course, Hallett's also got a great selection of certified pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. If credit is a problem for you when you try to buy a car, it's no problem at Hallett. They're not picky. They want to get you a deal. Hallett Pontiac GMC, 13401 South Dixie Highway. That's US 1 across from the Falls, open every single day, 7 days a week. If you want more info, call the Neil Deal hotline toll-free at 1-888-534-4211. That's 1-888-534-4211. Don't forget, all Neil deals subject to credit approval. See our friends at Hallett for details. Hallett Pontiac GMC, be professional grade.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAQAM.
Well, it be the 12 to 1 hour on WQAM.
TV and radio are totally in control with lies and misinformation. They don't want you to know about the globalist assholes bankrupting the whole damn nation. The economy took a crap, getting slaughtered in Iraq by the Bush dictator traders. For the few that want to know, there's only one way to go. You gotta read 10 newspapers, but nobody cares about nothing. Yeah, nobody. They just want to be in front of that TV, thinking what happens to them ain't gonna be happening to me. Nobody cares about nothing. Only after it's too late. Yeah, then they say, what did you say? When they were never gonna believe ya anyway. Don't bother me with too much information. I don't want to read it. I don't want to believe it. Don't confuse me with the facts. I'm getting it fair and balanced, say the mentally challenged. Believe all this spew at Fox News. They don't lie. Nobody cares about everything's just fine. So what a few people died. I can't be concerned with that. I'm busy picking seeds out my ass. Now don't say I didn't warn you. Just take a look at California. And Utah, Florida was gone. Oh, yeah.
But are they hemp seeds? That's what inquiring minds in the DEA want to know. 1202 at 560 WQM. Bad news. Frank O'Bannon, the Indiana governor, in critical condition. It's very, very serious.
Who?
That guy.
Oh.
Tracy and Kendall says, my vote, I put a couple on here. Frankenstein. I mean, if we're going to put Dracula, how could we not put Frankenstein? There have been a zillion Frankenstein. I mean, even Abbott and Costello met Frankenstein.
Sure, they did it together, too.
Remember that? Oh, they did it together, like Clarence and the Beast? And Norman Bates, because that's what Tracy and Kendall suggest. That's a good one.
Sure.
You don't think?
I do.
I bought the 2002-2003 Best in Neil CD online, says Tracy, and was very impressed with how quickly it came. Oh, yeah.
Squirt, squirt.
Me too. The CD is great. I love the Eisner bits. They're just perfect. I would like to have had the real Condoleezza song.
No.
I don't think so, but it still has some classic bits. Everybody should get one. Have a great day. Thanks, Tracy. You have a great day, too. And thanks for helping out Abandoned Pet Rescue and getting our CD. And if more of you assholes will get off the, get on the stick. Get on the menin. Do it.
Like you?
I beg your pardon?
You're on the menin. All the time.
As often as I can. Oh, this is bad news, man, for Arnold. On the Fudge Report. Miss Fudge. You know, I noticed that Miss Fudge, somebody must be pulling the strings against Arnold. I guess he's not right-wing enough. Because the Fudge Report has been extraordinarily heavy-duty, loaded with these anti-Arnold articles.
Well, he's part of that Hollywood crowd. He's not going to be in with them.
I see. Anyway, second black bodybuilder claims Schwarzenegger racist comments. World exclusive, says Miss Fudge. Another black bodybuilder has come forward claiming the California gubernatorial candidate, is that Goober? Gubernatorial candidate Arnold Schwarzenegger has a history of making racist comments the Drudge Report can reveal. Robbie Robinson, whose picture, by the way, is there on the, he's one of those muscle-bound, one of the most respected and well-known of all bodybuilders, a former Mr. America, Mr. World, and Mr. Universe title holder, backs up claims made by fellow black bodybuilder Rick Wayne. No disrespect to fans of Arnold, but Rick's claim is in keeping with my experiences with the man, Robinson explains in a message. Robinson says that Schwarzenegger repeatedly directed the term nigger at him. Known throughout his career as the Black Prince, Robinson continues, in San Jose at the Russ Warner Clinic, or Classic rather, as it was called in those days, there was a scene. 7 or 8 of us bodybuilders were invited to guest pose at the show. We were all paid $650 to do our thing. After the show, there was a big banquet. We were all dancing, having a nice time, and in walks Arnold and started shouting out, down with the blacks, niggers, and this and blacks that, for about 10 minutes. All during this time, nobody said a word. How do you like that? The banquet hall was full of International Federation of Bodybuilder officials. There was a dead silence. You could have heard a pinfall. Everybody in the room was shocked except for me. All of his hostility and rage was directed at me. For once he got caught out of shape, and I was in contest condition. Me being in great shape put him in a bad light and a bad attitude. In my mind, I wanted to bust him up, but that wouldn't have done any good. So with all my intensity bottled inside me, I walked out of the room. I'm walking out as he was still in his mode of down with the blacks, when the silence was broken by Joe Weider's voice telling Arnold to stop. That did no good. He was on a roll now. I left the banquet and went to my room. His actions were cowardly and disrespectful. That's why Rick Wayne is speaking out. During Pumping Iron, more racial slurs were directed at me because I walked out of his house refusing to be involved in the movie if we didn't get paid something. We ended up getting $100 a day, but not before more racial slurs of nigger, nigger were leveled at me for speaking up for myself and the rest of the guys. What the fans and the media don't know is we all then signed $10,000 contracts with White Mountain Film Company and Arnold. To this day, Arnold hasn't paid us a dime. I wonder what the value of that contract would be today. Bodybuilding has a dark past. It's a tragedy. The Weeders and Arnold have to deal with their ghosts being uncovered, says Robbie Robinson. How do you like that, huh? What a disgusting scumbucket that is, huh? This Arnold in California. Enough to make me puke. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon line. The greatest fictional character in movies or TV. We've added Frankenstein and Norman Bates. Good poll. A week, it's Monday. 292 votes. No votes yet for Fred Sanford. 1 for Zorro, Tarzan, Freddy Krueger, Rambo, 2 for Inspector Clouseau, Wonder Woman, Spider-Man, George Jefferson, 3 for Mr. Spock and Rocky. Although I do like Rocky the Squirrel a hell of a lot better than Rocky the pugilist. Captain Kirk 5, Dirty Harry 6, Mad Max 9, Dracula 10, Batman 12, Michael Corleone 15, Indiana Jones 18, Archie's Bunker 22, Darth Vader 23, Sherlock Holmes 26, Superman 38, and leading the way by far, it's Bond, James Bond. That's no surprise, right?
It's surprising that he's leading by that much.
Yeah. Well, goes to show the mentality of the public. I mean, I'm not knocking the James Bond movies, but,
Yeah.
But it's enduring, and there have been a whole bunch of different actors play James Bond.
About 30, man.
And it's the true test of time. It'd be lasting, right?
Right.
Here's a call from Davey. Hello.
You know, my favorite character of all time isn't even on your list.
Well,
It's
let's go.
in vaudeville, movies, television, sports, opera, Bugs Bunny. Has there ever been a character greater than Bugs Bunny?
How about Mickey Mouse?
No, Mickey Mouse doesn't have any character. He barely speaks.
Right. Bugs kicks his ass.
Yeah, Mickey
Come
Mouse.
on.
Mickey Mouse only says.
Eisner?
That's about all he says. Okay,
Hey,
we'll put it on.
Bugs
That's
has some dialogue.
That's a good suggestion.
He's got that Brooklyn accent. He slaps people around, kisses them on the mouth.
Violent.
Yeah, I like it.
You gotta love it.
Now let me
And
ask
hey,
you one thing.
everybody should go to this Bush thing tomorrow and protest the resident.
At Pier 66.
Yeah, 'cause who's got $2,000 for dinner?
That's a good point. Okay, have a great day. Bugs Bunny, and if we're going to put him on there, how about Elmer Fudd?
No, just
Nah,
Bugs.
he's
a
a small
supporting
potatoes.
role, yeah.
Yeah. Although I do like his wabbits. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. As the list starts creeping, we're starting to... Bugs Bunny's a good suggestion.
Yes, it is.
Who is the greatest fictional character in movies or TV? Now, let me ask you, would Bullwinkle, why wouldn't we put that on there? Bullwinkle J. Moose.
Okay.
You don't think so?
I do.
Oh, I like Bullwinkle a hell of a lot more than Bugs Bunny. I mean, I'm not knocking that guy's... But if we're going to put Bugs Bunny, what about Porky Pig?
Bugs was the biggest.
Bugs had the biggest one? Well,
Biggest
Porky
and
had
the
that,
baddest.
Porky had that corkscrew problem. No, seriously, I mean, why the hell not? No, well, okay, Bugs Bunny, and what about Bullwinkle J. Moose?
Sure.
No, I thought you were a big Bullwinkle fan.
I am. I don't think other people are as much as we are.
Well, we'll see, okay? Just because they're not, because their taste sucks, okay? And they're all going to vote for James Bond because everybody knows that. You know, be a little bit creative. Be a little bit innovative. Do something different instead of just go with the flow and mow.
Absolutely.
Here's a call from Davey. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
The Blob. Hello?
Yeah, I'm listening. Don't get all defensive now. The Blob's a possibility. I mean, there were like
The Blob's a
75
good
different
one.
versions
Listen,
of it.
I called before, and I lived in Toronto, and it's a bunch of Pakis, Indians, and Chinese, so you belong there, buddy.
Yeah, okay, that's the same asshole. So like I said, no Blob. Same schmuck. Only he was doing a different voice this time, wasn't he?
Yep.
Yeah, he's busy fudge packy. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T.
Pakistani chocolate
He's
store.
busy. He's got his head up his ass. He's packing it. Such miserable, nasty, rotten ass people. Guess what, pal? I love it here, okay? And one of the reasons is you're not here. That's one of the reasons I love it so much. Not only are you not here, but there are almost no people like you here. Which is what makes it so...
All right.
I beg your pardon?
Do they have sidewalk vendors in Toronto?
Yes, they do.
Do they sell chocolate at any of these sidewalk vendor establishments?
No.
Okay.
No, they sell street meat.
Street urchins.
They sell street meat. Why would they sell chocolate?
Just because.
Oh, I see. So he could be here fudge packing.
Right. If you had a Pakistani chocolate peddler, he could be the fudge packy.
I see. Oh my God. Woo! Talk about heavy duty. Talk about a long setup. Don't forget, the toes you step on today might be attached to the ass you have to kiss someday. That's what Greg always says. Only lately he don't have too many people kissing it, you know? Especially after he screwed everything up and now he's trying to we'll see. Well, now, when's that next trend coming out? Is it this Thursday? No, it's next Thursday. This Thursday, of course, is the second anniversary of 9/11.
Right.
Which I'm doing a poll on that tomorrow. Are you making your preparations now?
Oh, yeah. Visqueen, duct tape, a lot of bottled water.
Get under the counter, under
chemical
the table.
masks.
Right.
Lock
the doors.
Because you can't really get an effective seal on your window. So I'm just going to take a plastic bag and a rubber band and put it around my head.
Who the hell is Michael Knight? Is that the Knight Rider?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, somebody faxed that, and I can't even believe. Let's see. Here's one that says Moda. I mean Yoda.
Not a good suggestion, but a good picture.
It's a beautiful picture. It looks. It's Mo doing.
Let me see.
It's Moda. It is. That's a beautiful thing.
Doi, 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 doi.
Right. It says use doi 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 the Force Luke pipe smoking Skywalker. Why I ought to.
Doi, 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 doi.
Right. That's beautiful. I didn't look that close, but it's Yoda and Mo. It's Moda. I wonder if he's got his modem connected. 567. I miss bonding with him so damn much. It's just one of the, one of those liabilities, one of those things you have to give up for being here with all these packies.
I'll give him your phone number.
And all these illegal aliens.
You say liabilities or lies?
I can't find. Are you picking on Mo now too? Are you jumping on the pile?
Why, they can't fire me.
I don't think I've got that thing in here.
What thing?
Wow, where he says I'm listening. How is that possible, George?
I'm listening.
I don't know. I know you have it.
I have it?
You must have
How does it go?
I'm listening.
Oh. I don't have it under the most stuff. I have it separate where he says
I'm listening.
1213 at 560 WQM. Someday we'll do good radio and then then that guy can tune back in again. Hey, how low can those interest rates go? You're probably wondering that. In fact, you're probably going to ask me that right now. Now the financial group is doing the Limbo Rock. We're in a jock under the lowest refinance rate going anywhere, 1.95%. That's correct. Now you can refinance your home or buy a new home and get a super low 1.95% financing rate with Financial Group. Call toll-free 1-800-940-LEND. 1-800-940-LEND. If you're even thinking about refinancing or buying real estate, call Financial Group toll-free. You got nothing to lose. 1-800-940-LEND. And talk about savings. Wait till you hear these kind of payments you make. If you have a $100,000 loan, your payments are only $368 a month. If you have a $200,000 loan, you pay only $736 a month. So call Financial Group and get that low, unbelievable rate you've been searching and praying for, 1.95%, because interest rates are at all-time lows. Financial Group, call toll-free 1-800-940-LEND. That's 1-800-940-LEND. They're an equal housing lender. Credit restrictions apply and rates are subject to change monthly. 5.19 APR.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
Chamberlain, rate me.
Welcome back to the highly rated and Mo Howard and David of the show. According to my extravagation. Okay, stupid, where were we?
We were doing this.
No, wrong. You were doing that to me.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Mo.
That's better. Oh, Ron Day. Hey, I didn't say you could say that yet.
Okay.
Oh, Ron Day. Now you.
Carter.
Oh, Ron Day Gatsby.
That's it.
Not on my watch, you punk.
Okay.
Oh, Ron Day. Hey, ease up, will you?
Ow.
What's with the kung fu grip?
Sorry, Mo.
And we got one of our three very important callers on the line here. WQAM, what do you want?
Yeah, Mo.
Come on, spit it out. I can't understand a goddamn thing you're saying. What are you doing?
I'm playing with my Larry Coker bobblehead doll.
Oh, that's quite understandable. Why, I sometimes...
Help me out.
Huh?
Help me out.
Go ahead, Guilty.
You
got me going now. Almost there. Say Orande. 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 Faster. Orande. 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 Yeah. Oh, Lindo Marais. Look at that. I got it all over my wig.
1219 at 560 WQAM. 5670. Now look at that. We got two calls on the board now. You notice what's going on here today?
No, what's going on?
It's Monday and they're not too enthusiastic, you know. In addition to which, one of them, this line 9 in Miami, is going to be a crank anyway. Here's Miami. Hello. It's him.
Yep.
Told you. Why do you put the local people on line 9, Scott? Because George hasn't told you properly yet.
Yeah.
See, nobody in Miami or in Broward or any place is going to call on line 9 because it's like for out-of-town people, see? So automatically it's a tip-off because they're too stupid even to say like Naples or Fort Myers, even though they'll be lying anyway. But they're too stupid to even say that. It's like a tip-off. It's like, just bearing your ass, flashing it to the world. See, there it is again. WQAM line 9.
Jay Fiedler!
That was pretty good, see? That was excellent. I can't wait. In fact, I'm going to be listening. I'm going to get up extra early Thursday morning because I want to hear 6:45 to 7 on the highly touted J. Howard David show. I want to hear the interview with Jay Fiedler, the ass lick. And did I mistakenly hear that they're taping the Ricky Williams show at the Cleveland around South Beach tonight between 7 and 8, and then they're going to play the show on the Mo Howard David show Wednesday morning? Did I hear that right?
I don't know. Where'd you hear that?
Right here on highly rated QAM with a low-rated early morning show. Is that? Oh no, I see 7 to 8 at night. Because I'm thinking the guy's only doing 3 hours and they're going to play 7 to 8 p.m. on Wednesday night. They're playing the Ricky Williams show. Oh my God. We got the Ricky Williams show. We got the Jay Fiedler I'm getting paid show on the phone with Mo Howard David. Good God Almighty. Here's a call from Pompano. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I heard you hang around Jarvis and Sherburne with Mel Latsman.
Yeah.
You like that, buddy?
Whatever that means.
Well, Mel Latsman, the mayor of Toronto.
Yeah, I know who Mel Latsman is. He's the mayor of Toronto, yeah. And?
Fudge patching with you.
Okay, fudge pack this. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Are we going to get any real calls the rest of the show?
No.
I doubt it.
Where does
like
that
I said
bid hour
before,
start?
we don't care. Yeah, why should we start now? Here's North Miami. Hello.
Jay Fiedler sucks. Dave Wannstedt sucks. Jamar Fletcher sucks. They all suck.
Now, that was a quality call.
That was one of the better calls we've had all day. I like that. A lot of sucking going on. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. I want to spend a lot of time on this. Research shows fat is an organ.
Okay.
No, really, this is a revolutionary story. It's a front page story in the National Post here. And it's got, if you continue on to the back on page 12A, The Secret Life of Fat. And it's got like a big diagram and diaphragm. And it shows you the whole deal in there, the trachea, the lungs, the heart, the pubic, the liver, all of these things. The pancreas, the large intestine, the fat. Oh, the disgusting, grotesque. It's an organ. It's doing stuff, okay? It's not just laying there, which would be bad enough and ugly and unhealthy, but it's doing crap to you all the time. Which is why you have like that, what do they call it? Irritable body. It's not just irritable bowel syndrome, which many of us have, especially when we're down there and we get those floaters. See, some people think floaters are just in your eyes, but sometimes they're in the bowl. Not just that, but irritable body syndrome. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
You really haven't?
No, I never have.
See, some of the medical people, they poo-poo it, you know? But then when you check your poo-poo, then you realize that it's a beautiful thing.
Makes sense, though.
Although I do like that poo-poo platter. You ever eat it at a Polynesian restaurant?
The Mai Kai.
No, I don't mean the Mai Kai. Mai Kai is like a tourist trap.
I know.
I'm talking about like Trader Vic's and those kind of places that went out of business before you were born.
No.
Oh, man, was that good stuff. And there's nothing like that poo-poo platter. That's what, what's his name said was his favorite.
Richard Simmons?
No, Peter Clayton. 5670560, pound 560. Hey, he liked it so much he used to get a whole platter of it. He said, but if the platter's too big, you get splattered on your platter.
But it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Not no more, because he's dead. And that's probably one of the reasons he is dead. Here's Miami. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Neil, how you doing today?
Okay.
I'm driving up the highway today, and I see the most pathetic billboard I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah.
Not with a vengeance. These people, who are these people trying to kid, man? I mean, they're terminal. They're ponderous. I bet you the local high school team can beat these people.
Yeah.
They suck. What do you think about that?
I think you're absolutely correct, sir. They do suck. They lost one game, and right away the whole town is turning on them, that's why I love it, because it's so typical, front-running phonies. They suck. Jay Fiedler sucks. Everybody sucks. Jason Taylor sucks. I thought these were going to be the Super Bowl champions this year, huh? Oh, yeah, right. Nasty, mean-spirited boy. In other words, what have you done for us lately? You lost to a little girls' team and embarrassing you at home, no less. The home opener, a gimme. A gimme. The Patriots get their asses kicked. The Jets lose Thursday night to the Redskins last Thursday. And so they're in a perfect position here to be like 1-0 along with Buffalo. And they lose to a little tiny bunch of blind little girls with their legs tied together. What a disgrace. What an embarrassment. You know what I'm saying? I think basically what it boils down to is they suck. And Dave Wannstedt sucks, and all these other people that we keep parading around on the goddamn radio station, like Jay Fiedler, who tries very hard. But like I told you, this team will never go anywhere with Jay Fiedler as their quarterback. And as far as Brian Greasy and his sore thumb, all I can say is, bottoms up, Brian. Here's a call from Miami. Hello.
Good afternoon, Neil.
Good afternoon. Buenos tardes.
I got one for your poll.
See?
The famous Claude Rains and the Invisible Man.
No. Does this guy have any idea what we're doing here?
No.
No. The greatest fictional character in movies or TV was the Invisible Man?
Won't see him no more.
Not bad. Just like we're hoping about Mo.
Absolutely.
Everybody's hoping that. Hey, we want you to go away, Mo, okay? We want you to go away. Everybody in town. We're in fact, we're going to sign and have a petition drive. Don't take it personal unless you want to, but everybody in town agrees on one thing. No more. No more. Am I right?
Absolutely.
No more. No more. 1226 at 560 WQM. I'm telling you, we're going to give you a date, and we'll let you know the day that we're going to start doing good radio.
You're going to put out a memo?
We're going to put a memo out, and then we'll probably put a small ad in the Herald and the Sun Sentinel. We'll let you know what day that's going to be. Probably be around the same time we start getting good calls, too. 1226 at QAM. If you want to plunge your guts out and have confidence and peace of mind, here are the people you ought to be talking to. VIPSportsbook.com. Ignore so many of the silly little people we have on this radio station, including somewhere like under the age of 10, who are peddling all kinds of sports books in 10th world countries like Costa Rica. You'd be lucky if you ever see your money again. This year, move up in class and do your plunging at VIPSportsbook.com, the oldest and largest sports book in the Netherlands, the Netherlands, Holland, Amsterdam. 100% legal and licensed too. Listen to me and call VIPSportsbook.com right now at 1-866-VIP-BETS because they're South Florida's best sports book in the universe. Sign up now and you can bet all the South Florida football and basketball teams juice-free all year long. Isn't that what the poll said that we took over the weekend, that South Florida wants to be juice-free?
Yes.
You want to bet on the Dolphins? It's 100 to win 100. You want to bet on the Hurricanes? It's a risky bet. They didn't cover Saturday. It's 100 to win 100. So forget about the vigorish Abe Vigoda. All signups get a 20% cash bonus. Fish. Not some funny money match play bonus either. Tessio. VIPSportsbook.com. That's how you find them online, or call them toll free at 1-866-VIP-BETS. How about Tessio for the list today?
No.
How about Clemenza? That number again is 1-866-VIP-BETS. Tell them you heard all about it on QAM. I bet you never saw Johnny, who used to do the Philip Morris spots years ago when advertising on TV for cigarettes was legal.
No.
He used to say, read all about it. Read all about it. It was the Philip Morris spots. I don't know why he said read all about it, but that's what Johnny used to say. Now he's probably dead from lung cancer. VIPSportsbook.com, where you are the VIP.
Live and local. This is 560. The radio's all yours now. QAM.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Arnold, before we get started, what is that smell?
That's my new cologne.
It smells like onion dip. What is it?
That's onion dip cologne.
That explains it, I guess.
That's right. Next question.
You know, there was all the speculation that you were...
Slower, please.
You know, there was all that speculation that you weren't going to run.
I know. I fooled the whole world.
What changed your mind?
What mind?
What changed your decision to run for governor?
Decisions are easy to make when you are informed.
What does that mean?
It's onion dip cologne.
No, I don't mean about the cologne. I mean, what did that statement mean?
Right. Next question.
What is
When I go to Sacramento, I will pump up Sacramento.
Well, how exactly are you going to do that?
I'm going to pump it up.
How?
By pumping.
But this is a government. This isn't a gym.
No, pumping.
Speaking of pumping, there have been some allegations that you have,
better be careful where you tread, small reporter man.
Well, there have been reports that you have strayed in your... You've strayed...
It's onion dip cologne.
It's very nice.
Thank you. I'm going to pump up Sacramento as the governor. I will be the best governor of California since Hubert Humphrey.
Hubert Humphrey was never the governor of California.
Exactly. It's onion dip
It is onion dip. Get out of here. Don't you find it strange that if he's really that much of a racist, his name is Schwarzenegger?
No.
Or maybe that's why it is. 12:33 at 560 WQAM. Let's take one from Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Neil, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Hey, listen, your boy Mo is branching out. I'm just driving past University here, and I go by a restaurant that I guess you'll have to go to next time you're in town. It's on University and Commercial. It's called Mo's Southwestern Grill.
I guess he sees the handwriting on the wall, huh?
So, yeah, he's branching out. Hey, listen, I hate to talk about something that actually matters, but after our liar-in-chief's speech last night, I happened to be online today, and I don't know if you have access to AOL, but they have a place where they're talking about a speech, and they have people who have gone online and made comments about it. And I'm expecting to read all these comments from these idiots that support him. And I guarantee you, if you go on there and check it out, 75 or 80% of the comments on there are 100% negative.
All right.
And that is certainly cause for optimism. Unless the Democrats really shoot themselves in the foot and elect an even bigger moron than everybody.
Yeah,
thinks
I
that
think
they
next
will.
year's president, I mean, it's, a long ways away, but I think next year's election is one for the Democrats to lose, which they're good at doing that, but I think that's the only way they can lose.
They certainly are, and at least it no longer appears to be a foregone conclusion that President Gump will be reelected to our second term.
Now, these polls the last over the weekend are looking pretty grim for him.
Yeah, and I'm totally broken up about it.
Yeah, me too. I'm
Hey,
in
while
mourning.
you're there in Toronto, have you ever been to North 44 restaurant?
Never heard of it.
It's awesome.
What are they? What's their thing?
It's sort of fusion, sort of like Pacific Rim fusion food, but it's really good.
Did you say Pacific Rimmer?
Yeah, exactly.
Good place for
check
him.
it
Okay,
out,
thanks
man.
a lot. Thanks a lot, pal. Have a great day. 567, maybe Rimmer could take me there. What do you say? No, I'm not answering the phone. Pound 560. Boy, did I have a great steak at Ruth Chris on Saturday night. The company was good. The meal was enjoyable. Only had to pay for 2 and not for like 6, including strangers I never met before in my life. There's only one thing. I don't want to make a big drawn-out thing, but one thing I want to say about Jeff Rimmer.
Boy, does he have a lot of chutzpah.
Yeah. God. I mean, talk about having no shame. Like it's an entitlement of some kind. Well, I know you're making a lot of money, so here's the check, Pally, Hi, buddy.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, don't even look at it. Just pass that thing down and stick it in my hand. And the thought of it. 5670560. How's who is the greatest fictional character in movies or TV? We're asking today. NeilRogers.com. 354 votes. And George is cracking his knuckles again. James Bond 110. Superman 41. Sherlock Holmes 28. Darth Vader. I mean, this is James Bond is so far ahead.
Yeah.
Darth Vader 27. Archie Bunker 24. Indiana Jones 21. Michael Corleone 19. Batman 13. Dracula 11. Mad Max 10. Captain Kirk 8. Dirty Harry 7. Inspector Clouseau 5. Mr. Spock 4. Spider-Man 4. Bugs Bunny 4 already. Rocky 3. George Jefferson 3. Wonder Woman 3. Freddy Krueger's got a pair, I told you. Of course, you can put anybody on there, will get a pair. Tarzan 2. Zorro 1. Rambo 1. I bet you that was, who was it? Tina.
Yeah.
Tony Tina, who's probably got a big pair. Voted for Zorro. Rambo 1. Bull Jinkleway Moose has got 1. Frankenstein and Norman Bates don't have any. No votes for Frankenstein? Now let me say this to you, okay? You remember Young Dr. Frankenstein with Gene Wilder?
Sure.
A Panic.
Right.
Then there was another Frankenstein one with Michael Sarrazin. I don't remember the name of it.
I don't either. Probably Frankenstein.
Frankenstein something. But I mean, there was a zillion Frankenstein movies.
About 30, man.
At least.
Then there was the 3D Frankenstein, the Harvey Korman one.
Oh, I never saw that.
I saw that in theater, yeah.
Was that the definitive one?
No.
And Frankenstein Unbound.
Right. With Robert De Niro or somebody like that.
Was he talking again?
No.
Did Clarence come in there and straighten the thing out? Did he get him to fill out the timesheet and get him on the payroll?
No.
I'm going to tell you right now, I could be sick for several days, Clarence. You want to play hardball, okay? This is no Chris Matthews up here in Toronto. This is like the old master at forcing your hand. And if you get your hand out of the beast long enough to fill out the paperwork, maybe we get Scott paid, you idiot. These Beasleys, man, what a cheap. And, you know, the immediate response from some of the idiots out there, yeah, but look at all the money they're paying you. The only reason they're paying me that money is, number one, because it's in the contract, and number two, because I'm making them millions and millions of dollars. That's the only reason. And believe me, they don't like it. They resent it. In fact, at the bottom of every paycheck, there's like a little note, we're paying you in spite of the fact we're not too happy about it. They even write that on there. But they are so freaking tight, they just don't want to let go. Can you imagine, can you even begin to imagine the amount of money those Beasleys have got?
No, I don't want it. It'll make me ill.
Oh, Jesus. Every time George looks at that pay, it's a good thing you don't get the check itself. You only get that stub.
Right, stubby.
Kind of like me. It's one of the few things we have in common. Every time we look at our stubs, we start to cry. Here's Riviera Beach. Hello.
How about for your poll, King Kong?
No. And by the way, one more gulp of oxygen before the next call, please. What? Sounded like he was on the verge of... Maybe that was Governor O'Bannon from Indiana calling from his hospital bed. Uh-oh, too late. 567. Oh, King Kong was, although, you know, I really shouldn't poo-poo that so bad because King Kong...
We could do movie monsters one day.
I think King Kong is good. I want to take that back. I apologize, sir, but gulp the oxygen anyway. No, King Kong is good.
Well, then we have to put Godzilla on there.
Nobody doesn't know King Kong.
Right.
No, forget about Godzilla. Godzilla is small potatoes. But King Kong was, like, huge.
Godzilla made more movies.
Did he?
Sure.
Well, let's put them both on there, okay? King Kong and Godzilla for the big people out there, for like the John Holmes crowd. How about John Holmes? No, he was for real. That was the sad part. 5670560. By the way, he's still dead, and Peter North just turned 82. And he's still...
Squirt, squirt.
A straight shooter. That'd be a good poll. Who's the best straight shooter from movies of all time? Clint Eastwood? Peter North?
Cannon.
John Holmes.
567. He was disgusting, you know what? Stop and think. That's a good poll for one day, too, like when we have nothing else to do, like maybe tomorrow. Seriously, the grossest porno star of all time.
Oh, Harry Reams.
Ron Jeremy.
Oh, there we go. You have a winner.
Hands down your pants, even if he is still double-jointed. See, what I don't understand is, and I did see that one flick, I did a long time ago, where he does himself.
Mm-hmm.
But how can you have such a big pupik and still have that? I mean, that is quite a feat.
Right. It's a spine thing, not a gut thing.
It's a spine thing?
You have to be able to bend your spine.
I see. Mo could do it, but he's spineless. 20 till 1 at 560 WQM. We got the Mad Dog. Boy, is that going to be a sorrowful thing today from 2 to 4. I would have loved to have heard him at the end of the game yesterday. Wow. He must have been psychotic.
Absolutely.
Wow. Then we got the Humper is back in town. It's about time. It looks like he's on his schedule now. The party's over, Hank. Hank from 4 to 6:35 at Shula's. And then we got all the Marlin stuff. And then we're going to be taping the Ricky Williams show at the Clevelander on South Beach 7 to 8 tonight. Any interest?
No.
After yesterday? And don't bring no eggs or watermelons or stuff like that. Ooh, that was a bad choice, you know what? Anyway, let me tell you about, speaking of watermelon, Balance for Life. They might bring you a little slice, although they have some beautiful fruit. Have you ever seen the beautiful strawberries they use? And
yes, I have.
Blueberries.
Big as your head.
And Captain Queeg would really be proud. You'll be proud, too, when weight is off your body and you start losing like crazy and you can fit into some real clothing, because Balance for Life, if you stick with it, really works. You can lose a ton of weight like the Beast has done. I guarantee you, after a week, you'll look better than he does right now. There's no cooking, no shopping, no cleaning, no calorie counting, no carbohydrate counting, no big song and a dance, no figuring with diaries and crap. All you do is just pick up the black sack at your doorstep every morning, by 6 in the morning, wherever you want them delivered, and it's right there. As dependable as the weather in Alaska. And right inside your sack are 3 delicious fresh gourmet meals, 2 delicious snacks. You can't beat it with a stick. Nothing frozen, nothing artificial, no preservatives, no little boxes of garbage. Everything made with the beautiful, fresh ingredients that you love. And, of course, there's plenty of food in there to keep you on the program all week long. And the only choices you have to make are filling out that little diet sheet that they give you, no sheet, every week. 2 alternatives for each meal every day that you're on the program, and the snacks. So let Balance for Life help you lose that weight finally. You're desperate. It's unhealthy. You look like crap. You're walking around wearing top tents and gigantic, oversized guayaberas. Forget about that. Let Balance for Life help you see the results on that scale within days and keep losing it. Call 954-568-3229. 954-568-3229 and change your life and waistline forever. Or check them on the web if you like at balanceforlife.com.
We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
I fucked him up.
Up the
but
he's a superstar in the NBA. But he went too far on a fateful day when he called her to his suite. She was shocked as hell. He was hanging to his feet. He didn't ring a bell. So he ate the food and they had a kiss. That's when things got weird. He said, look at this. And as he said, she said, as they both looked back. On the outside, she's lucky it wasn't Shaq. Can't keep it in his pants. Can't keep it in his pants. That day in Eagle, Colorado, he won the Bad Luck Lotto, but now he's changed his motto. No more hoochie coochie, no more huggy smoochy, unless it's Susan Lucci. Now Kobe knows he's got a good lawyer to beat the cheerleader or he's through. His wife won't say a thing with a big old honking ring or he's through.
1248 at 560 WQM. Happy Monday to you. We got heavy-duty stuff going on this week, don't we? We don't know what any of it is yet. Well, it's kind of like back to the regular schedule. That's good. That's a good start. And then we got all the Dolphins coming in, killing some good time. Here's a call from Miami. Hello.
This team is out for some kind of vengeance.
5670560. You know what it reminds me of? Remember Jimmy's Johnson?
Yeah.
We got a shot. Remember that? Sure. It's enough to inspire me almost, not quite, but almost to play.
Jimmy and Danny, Jimmy and Danny.
I bet you it's enough to make a lot of people want those days back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think so. Ain't gonna happen. Here's Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I don't know what I was thinking, what I was smoking, but I made the biggest mistake of going to see the Hurricane down at the Toilet Bowl. I'm sorry, the Orange Bowl.
Yeah.
And it was quite an experience. Of course, I'm a Gator fan, but I didn't wear orange and blue, knowing how nasty and rude they are.
Mm-hmm.
And we had plastic bottles being thrown at us. They stopped serving alcohol at halftime. Whoop-de-doo. It's an 8 o'clock game at night. So
Oh, yeah, by 6:30 they're already all plastered in.
Exactly.
Can't beat that gator meat.
Yeah.
Exactly. By 5 p.m. they were wasted. But then, they had to add insult to injury and drink more alcohol in the stadium. So it was just a beautiful experience, and I'm just looking so much forward to going back down to Miami with all those great Hurricane fans. They are an embarrassment to the city. They're an embarrassment to humanity.
To the human race, that's correct.
What pigs. They are such pigs. They have no class at all. They can win 10 national championships, and they're still scumbags.
Excellent
That's all
point.
I got to say, Neil. Have a good day.
And you too. They were very well said, Even a championship scumbag is still a scumbag, don't forget.
The Hurricane f***ing blow.
Exactly. I'm so sick and tired of that whole ambiance of what that thing has become. It's not even a university anymore. It's just a football factory. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying.
Right.
Aiming at pornography to hit music piracy. I want to make sure I get this stuff in before 2 o'clock. This is on our website, too, from the New York Times. The recording industry, struggling to curb music piracy now, is shining the spotlight on another demon lurking on the Internet, pornography.
Oh, my God.
Right. The industry is trying to enlist broader public support with a campaign intended to show that its nemesis, the peer-to-peer networks for swapping files like Kazaa and Morpheus, are used not only to trade songs, but also pornographic images, including child pornography. As a guy in the record industry and as a parent, I am shocked that these services are being used to lure children to stuff that is really ugly, said Andrew Lack, the chief executive of Sony Music Entertainment. The same people that had the big deal with Michael Jackson, by the way. One of the most notorious pedophiles in the history of the universe. Isn't that ironic?
No.
Oh. Others ask whether raising this issue is more than little, let's call up, what's his name? See if Tali is home.
Eisner?
Others ask whether raising this issue is more than a little cynical from an industry that heavily promotes music with sexual and violent themes. The entertainment companies have engaged in a deliberate and despicable campaign of lies to smear peer-to-peer technology for political purposes, say Philip Corwin, a lobbyist for Charmin Networks, the publisher of Kazaa. the largest file-sharing service. They're trying to associate us unfairly with the most vile element in society, child pornography. And let me say it again. How hypocritical for the chief executive of Sony Music to be screaming about kiddie porn on the Internet when his company is subsidized and been in business with the world's biggest, most notorious pedophile for a hell of a long time. How many years?
About 30, man.
Yeah. How do you like that?
Yeah.
So I just mentioned that in passing. Just another area now where everything's going to be censored. I mean, sure, there should be no kiddie porn on that, but now, of course, they're going to have the big wide web, you know, on the wicked web. It's just a matter of time before these bastards are going to want to censor everything on there. Just like we got the Republicans now, the right-wingers. Well, we got to stop this offshore gambling, this Internet gambling. Let's just stop everything, okay? Everything could be illegal.
There you go.
Right. You name it. Oh, that's illegal. Can't do that.
Like broadcasting.
The only thing that's going to still be legal for poor folks is going to be breathing the fresh air, and they're going to start charging for that. You know what it reminds me of? Like in the gas stations, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And some of them I notice are getting away from that because it's embarrassing.
The air?
Charging you for air, to put air in your tires?
Well, you got to work that compressor.
Yeah.
I
work
can't even
this.
afford that.
I mean, is that unbelievable? Charging you for air to put air in your tires. Mobile, I notice, has to stop doing that. At least the one Mobile out there by the Sawgrass. I'd like to take that hose and stuff it in there.
Rectum.
Yeah, take your air and stuff it, assholes. Amoco, by the way, doesn't do that.
I don't know. I see quarter slots everywhere I go.
How about dime slots? That's more your speed. 5670560.
Bunch of hot shots.
When you said quarter slots, I started thinking about Quartermania. Quartermania. Why couldn't I have won a $23 million, huh? Bunch of assholes. Here's a call from Jacksonville. It says, hello. Well, I'm on the wrong line. I knocked that one off. Pembroke Pines, hello.
Yeah, hey Neil, love your show, buddy.
Yes, sir.
I just wanted
Wait
to
till we start doing good shows. It's going to be great.
Yeah, I know. A little follow-up to the guy before on the University of Miami. Oh, wait, that's the University of Coral Gables, isn't it?
Right.
And by the way, you can't spell scum without UM. I
Okay.
love you.
Little old, thank you very much. Little old, but absolutely correct.
Absolutely correct, sir.
Yeah, the UM, just about, I mean, they did win the game, and we'll say that, and made a big comeback, but the fact of the matter is, you know, expected to win by, the spread is 14.5, and you win by 5 in a desperate come from behind, at home no less, where they're expected to win every goddamn game or else. See, that's the fallacy of that whole UM fandom, that whole program, is that if they lose one game, it's a bad season. It's like the end of the world. And everybody, and thousands jump off the bandwagon. Or if they're playing like a lesser light, I mean, that was the Gators, so that's a big in-state rivalry, but if they're playing like East Carolina, is that game, where is that game this weekend? Let me take a puke. Huh? Well, no, I don't expect you to know, or even Scott to know, because he doesn't give a crap. Oh, it's it's another home game. Oh, let's see how many people they have for the East Carolina Pirates at the Orange Bowl, huh? How many thousand are going to show up for that?
About 30, man.
Yeah. Because once again, you can be damn sure that the game on Saturday was probably like 50-50 Gator fans and Hurricane fans. Pretty embarrassing if you ask me. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T. Not hearing too many Dolphin fans calling in today saying, oh, we'll be back. We'll be okay. We'll kick the Jets' ass. You hear anybody saying that?
No.
No. They're licking their wombs, man. Here's Hollywood. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Talking about charging for air. Wait till the U.S. government charges for air to pay for the damn war.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be something.
That's the only place they're going to get the money. They've taxed everything else to the hilt. They're giving all the wealthy people their tax money back.
I was listening to this Diane Rehm show on NPR, and out of, the hour's worth of screenless callers, one was pro-Bush. And she said, well, you've got all these people, they're screening them, so of course they're going to have that opinion. And Diane went nuts. She said, we do not ever screen. Anyway, listen, that thing on CBS 60 Minutes about Canada with this, is that really still the way it is? Because I think that program was a year old.
About Canada with what?
Oh, the terrorists. They're all up there. They're all coming after.
Oh, that's a bunch of bullcrap. They've got this one group of Pakistanis that they're investigating. I mean, I'm not saying that there aren't plenty of them up here because we've got many zillions. I don't know how many million.
About 30, man.
From the Middle East, Pakis and all these other people. But, they don't know where the hell they are.
Well, they made it sound like there's one on every corner, and you better be careful because they're coming
I'm looking
over
out the
border.
window right now. It looks like one to me. It's a schmata head.
Oh, boy. All
See,
right.
when you're here, you have to check the headgear very carefully.
All right. Thanks, Neil. Take care, bud.
Hide under the bed is my best advice, especially with Thursday being the second anniversary of 9/11. Almost as exciting as the anniversary at the Y2K thing. Everybody remembers that.
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
The end of the world.
It's the end of the world on What is it?
Why?
2K. I wish I would have saved that story about that P.
Why? Why?
36 or whatever the hell it was.
Think of all the mileage.
That hormone. Oh, it was good. Anyway, 12:56. Isn't that what she usually says at the end? Oh, it was good. Don't forget, research shows fat is an organ. Guide's new research explained ruined diets, and here's the pictures in the National Post today. The secret life of fat.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560, QAM.
Boris Badenov. Since Fearless Leader has won, Natasha and I no longer have to look for moose and squirrel. Instead, we listen to the Neil Rogers Fair and Balanced 1 to 2 hour.
It seems I'm out of change for once in my life. Should have planned ahead, put off the laundry to tomorrow night. But then I wanted some mellow Mars, so I bought a candy bar from a vending machine. I put my car on the street with a minute to feed. Not the king should have seen I used up all the change I need. Should have realized then, should have broke that 10, should have known that there'd be a toll booth on the way back home. And I got nowhere to go, that's why I'm asking you, Joe. I'm talking to the man in the toll booth. I'm asking him to make some change. But he answered, look buddy, I just told you, if you want to pass a bridge, you the other lane, cause this lane's only exact change. I'm pleading with the man in the toll booth. I'm begging him to make some change. But he answers, look pal, I just told you, then you gotta win your car to another lane. If you can't come up with exact change, it's late at night, and I'm out of time, I gotta cross the bridge. All I need is a dime, a dime, a dime from a token, a dime. Come on, someone, hey Joe, a dime, come on,
Feel the change. Anyway, I want to ask you a question about Michael Jackson and the bits in a second, but first, you know what you just faxed me?
What?
Former Captain 40 wasn't in team's plans. Doug Gilmour expected to retire for keeps today.
Yeah.
And about the fact that the Toronto Maple Leafs have called a news conference Monday at 1 p.m.
Fans and his teammates love him and admire him the most with his heart, his grit.
There's Domi.
Not all of us can make those moves and the passes that Doug makes.
Doug Gilmour, 40, recovering from knee injury. He's retiring today. Nice career, Doug.
All right.
But time to hang it up, okay? We don't need no more old, aging fuddy-duddies, all right, Dougie? Like Phil Housley and all those other guys who can't play no-mo. Anyway, the Michael Jackson thing, now, I just want to make sure. I don't think this is it. No. You know the one I'm talking about? The one that I had to ask Bob Green about to the tune of We Are the World? What is the name of that? I can't find it nowhere. I looked on the best. Huh? The Michael Jackson tour.
That's a good question. It's got to be in here.
What is that called? Maybe Eric knows what it's called, or at least which CD
it'll come to me.
Will it?
Yeah.
There's Ty Dummy.
He and his wife Amy have been very active working in the community.
Good, that's good, Ty. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. I really wanted to play that there, but, you know, the man in the tool booth's okay. Sony Music screaming about pedophiles online and child pornography would be like Greg Reed chairing a meeting about sexual harassment in the workplace. Here's Pompano. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
I got a couple of suggestions for your poll.
Good, because we seem to be petering out here.
One of them I can't believe is not on there, and one marginal. But before I do, I got to say something about this beady-eyed, born-again bozo that we got for president. You know, I actually find myself rooting for the Dow to drop and for the jobless rate to go up, just so that I'm sure that he's out of here.
Oh, yeah, because heaven forbid that the economy makes this unexpected rebound, and so we can get off the hook by saying, see, all those tax cuts for the rich really worked, and it trickled down your leg, and everything's coming up roses.
Yeah, and I'm jobless, and I got money in the market.
Right.
All right, 2 suggestions for the poll. I can't believe that this is supposedly the most popular character worldwide ever on television.
Oh, my
Columbo.
God. Oh, Columbo, of course.
That should be definitely on the poll.
Well, they've been pretty weak today, this crowd, you know. It's the
Columbo
post-Labor
is
Day.
definitely a keeper.
Yeah.
And then the other one is, remember the old Fugitive?
David Jansen.
Was it Jansen?
David Jansen.
Yep. That was a great character. College kids that was like it was a cult following for that show.
Yeah, and they made like 75 different movies out of it, too. Okay, I'm going to put them both on there. They're both good.
Okay.
Thanks a lot, pal.
All right, buddy.
Columbo and the Fugitive. How do you like that? Got him?
Got him.
5670560. Now, you'll notice that the overwhelming majority of these, well, maybe not. Maybe I'm getting a little curious. No, I think so. Most of these that we've had suggest they are like movie characters, not TV.
Right.
Which, don't you find that a little bit strange? Because TV characters are like, you know, it's recurring, like the famous shows, they stay on for years and years, as opposed to, like movies, there aren't really all that many sequels. There are a few, you know, like Star Wars, Star Trek, whatever. But there just aren't that many sequels, relatively speaking. So don't you find it a little peculiar? Maybe that tells you how bad TV is.
It's bad.
How about cannon fodder? For your father. Now, we're not putting Cannon on there. I just like William Conrad. I thought he was neat. I thought he was great. Of course, you don't watch any of those, so why would you watch Columbo? You don't watch Columbo either, right?
Why would I? If I was going to watch a cop show, it wouldn't be about a fat bald one.
Or a guy with one eye.
Popeye.
In a trench coat. Watch out for those old guys in the trench coat. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Here's Lake Worth. Hello.
Hey, Neil. Good afternoon.
And good afternoon to you.
You were talking about this internet pornography stuff. There was a very interesting case of a man that lives right here in South Florida, where all the other scum originates.
Oh my God!
That was doing websites, and he was basing the websites on typos that people would make, like Teletubbies. He would have a website that would be one letter off, and he would lure kids to these sites, and he'd get 25 cents per hit on each site from these companies, and they busted him down here in South Florida. He was pulling down $1 million a year.
Jesus.
And our John Ashcroft, I saw something on ABC World News, and he's now going after the vendors of the videos and toys, the legitimate vendors, and they're going to go after these videos as being obscene. And they're trying their first case.
Is this more obscene or less obscene than those breasts on the statue that he covered up?
I mean, I don't even know what constitutes obscene. I mean, a porno's a porno, and the guy, the guy that's getting sued, he's like, look, I'm not forcing anybody to buy it. You know, you have to have a credit card, you have to have your page, verified, but this is the first time, the first case, so this is going to be the precedent. This guy's actually going to court. He's a big vendor out in California, and they're going after him to try and shut him down, and it's going to be really scary to see what happens because, like you said, if as long as it doesn't involve children, I mean, who cares?
Right.
And the third
obviously John Ashcroft cares because he doesn't want us all to rot in hell.
No, and
he's got to save us from ourselves.
And those statues with the naked boobs hanging out, and also to answer a question that one of your callers had in regards to all of this war and everything, and one of your callers asked how we're going to pay for it, and it's very simple. They're borrowing the money, and that's why the deficit is going way up, because all of this money is not money that we actually have. It's money that we're just adding to the deficit. So we're just borrowing it. If these people, like myself, I got $800 for my 2 kids. I didn't need it. I gladly would have said, hey, you can take it back for all I care. I don't need it. That money is not a tax break per se. That money is an advance on the taxes. So no matter how you want to look at it, eventually you're going to be getting $800 less down the road. And that's how that works. And a lot of people just think that that's money that the government's going to give you. Yeah, no, they're giving it to you this year, but over the course of the next few years, it's going to come back out of your taxes. So really all it is an advance on your money. And all the rest of the rest of the money that they're going to spend on this abortion of a war is simply they're going to borrow it. And that's why the deficit is just ballooning. It's going to be the biggest one that we ever had. And you know
got to
what?
hand it to them, though, in just 2 years to be able to come in and take a $2 trillion surplus and turn it into a $500 billion deficit.
And you know, President Clinton had put us on such the right path, and I know Al Gore, I know you're not a big Gore fan, but you know what? He was another one that said that he wanted to keep the budget balanced, and you know what? Within 4 years of his term, we would be at a zero deficit. And
the problem with Gore was he couldn't win a fixed election. That was the problem.
No, I understand, but and last of all, I don't know how the Panthers are going to survive this year without Pete Warrell.
Have a great day, pal.
Love
no
you.
comment. See you.
Bye.
Of course, I will say this. There won't be anything for the people to be screaming about because that was the one thing. Hey, come on, Warrell, hit somebody. And that was the big excitement because the team basically sucked. And I don't know what to say because it's the ticket prices continue. They didn't raise them, but they're still outrageous. And they're going to put a very mediocre product out there, barring some miracle that happens before the season started, which I don't know who the hell they're going to get who's left. It's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. You know what I'm saying, George? It's going to be
outrageous.
Right. But that's okay because, you got your little core fans. How many season tickets we got this year?
About 30, man.
Research shows fat is an organ.
Yeah.
You know who I need to find?
Who? The organ
Maybe
grinder?
I'll find him on the street corner. I need to find the organ grinder. Yeah. Get rid of this organ. No, I sat on the throne reading this story this morning. It was a real fly opener. We'll get to it. 12 minutes after 1 at 560 WQM, the hostile, hysterical mad dog at 2. He's going to be wound up like an alarm clock today. You just know he's pissed off and fired up. After that incredible, unbelievable loss yesterday to a little teeny tiny girls team from, who knows where, from probably Lubbock, Texas. Bunch of little children, none of them over the age of 10. If you got a really crappy job, if you're underpaid, if you feel like you're working your ass off and getting nowhere, like you're on a treadmill, underappreciated by some asshole boss, which is the case in most of life, how'd you like to have yourself a new high-paying career thanks to getting some skills at Fast Train? Call Fast Train today and change your life. Call 1-866-FAST-TRAIN. They can have you trained and certified before year's end. And the demand for computer professionals is continuing to grow. There's no end in sight, so there's no better time than right now to get you out of your rut and into a new high-paying career. Just ask Todd Drack. He'll tell you what a scam he's pulling at QAM. You can make even more money than he is. Fast Train offers job placement assistance, convenient day, evening, and weekend schedules, and now 6 Florida locations, including 4 in South Florida, so there's bound to be one convenient for where you live. Fast Train offers you financial assistance. So pick up the phone and call Fast Train today, toll free, 1-866-FAST-TRAIN. You got nothing to lose but that dead-end job. 1-866-FAST-TRAIN. First, check them out on the web at fasttrain.com, and then make that toll-free call and ask away. It's 1-866-FAST-TRAIN.
Live and local. We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Coming next year, the King of Pop, Penetrate, your hometown, touring to benefit the Cardinal Classic School for Wayward Boys. It's Michael Jackson.
You know my good lady isn't picky. I've got a very appetite.
Michael Jackson's benefit tour.
'Cause I'll fondle any child. It don't matter if he's black or white.
Michael Jackson. Yes, Michael performs all of his greatest hits, from oldies with the Jackson 5.
They're learning the ABCs. I'm getting down on my knees, removing the dungarees. ABC side of me, baby, you and me.
That's right. From the timeless tunes of the Jackson 5 to the classic solo work, Michael Jackson's benefit tour aims to please.
The people that surround myself with are juvenile. Some call me big brother, some a pedophile. But when there's no one to defile, I just sit for a while and beat it, beat it, beat it.
The King of Pop.
I beat it, beat it, beat it.
Michael Jackson.
Sometimes I'm so depressed that I just sit around sulking, waiting for a call from Macaulay Culkin. When I'm home alone, sitting naked by the phone, I beat it, beat it.
And be one of the 5 lucky boys to receive backstage passes to hang out in Michael Jackson's dressing room. Michael Jackson's benefit tour.
Hey, Michael.
Yes, Bobby?
Is that your real skin color?
Well, it's inside what counts. But I know a game that we can play to find out. Unzip your fly. You know, it's time to free Willy. Say, say what you want, but you know who I give affection, but they don't know how to read, but little boys give me erection.
And hear the rousing finale as Michael sings the song he wrote for the children of the world, with the Vienna Boys Choir backing him up.
I don't like girls, I like male children. They are the ones who turn me on, and hey, I hope they're willing. It's a choice I'm making. I might screw up their lives, but it's true they make the greatest slave when they're just fine.
Hear other great Michael Jackson classics, like Billy's Jeans, Do You Know How to Tell Time, and of course, Smooth Criminal. Yes, it's Michael Jackson's tour to benefit the Cardinal Clancy School for Wayward Boys. Get your tickets now. Boys under 10 admitted free when accompanied by no one.
They're black, they're white, they're really, really tight.
All right.
They're black, they're white, they're really, really tight.
Yeah, Tommy Matodia was really pissed off we couldn't find that, so I dug and dug. 1994 Best of Neil Sonny.
How do you like that?
And it'll be in my DCS momentarily. Like right after the show. How do you like them apples?
All right.
That's a classic. That's one of the all-time greats. And to think that it nearly slipped through the cracks, that would be really bad. Don't want to be losing that. Doug Gilmore retires, by the way, old number 93. There he is. So thanks for the memories. This thing you just faxed me, this is sensational. I Love My Country, I Hate My President by James C. Moore.
It's a
co-author of Bush's Brain, How Karl Rove Made George W. Bush President. I should read this, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Don't have time right now, though, do I? Can I read this in 7 minutes, you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like 3 minutes.
It is? I'll give it a shot. By James C. Moore. He says, when President Nixon died, I was assigned to travel to California and report on the funeral for a group of TV stations. Although Yorba Linda is beautiful with the kind of appeal that's drawn millions to Southern California, I wasn't interested in being a journalist at the funeral. Sure, this was history, but I despised Richard Nixon. His lust for power, his absolute distrust of the public nearly destroyed our country's Constitution. I think God even had some feelings about Nixon. For the first time in Yorba Linda's recorded history, hail fell a half a foot in a few minutes just before the eulogies were to begin. After our satellite trucks had been rattled and our rental cars dented, the historical revisionists began to march to the podium to try to find good things to say. Every man, of course, should have friends to speak of him at his passing, but they should speak the truth. Let the opinions of his enemies also be heard. None of Nixon's was spoken for, and they were many in manifest all across America. Another reporter, knowing that I had come of age during the Vietnamese and Watergate eras, asked me what I thought about the former president being gone. I tried to remain ambivalent, but it wasn't easy. It's not a good thing to be happy about somebody else's death, I told her, but I certainly won't miss him, nor do I think will our country. I know a lot of very patriotic people who, if they were here, would ask to open the casket so they could drive a stake through his heart to make certain he was dead. I gave in to dark, tasteless humor, but it was true. Nixon had scared and angered people in a way no president before ever had. I wasn't certain my country was going to survive his lies until I heard the reassuring timbre in Congresswoman Barbara Jordan's voice as she said, "My faith in the Constitution is whole." But I only despised Richard Nixon. I never hated him. I've never known what it is to hate anyone until now, until George W. Bush became president. I hate Mr. Bush and what he's doing to my country. I can't believe the range of duplicities involved in his administration, the gratuitous lying to serve profit and political purpose. As the president lies about Iraq, lies about the economy, lies about the environment, lies about his tax cut, lies about the education bill, lies about the budget, lies about his real interest in Africa, lies about Halliburton, he's destroying the American public's faith in the democratic process. Mr. Bush has done things in my name and yours which repulse me. I have no doubt that Saddam Hussein's two sons needed to be brought to justice, but I was disgusted that my country gave sponsor to the notion of showing their dead faces on TV as though that might reassure the Iraqis. This was the modern international equivalent of brutal tribes placing their conqueror's foe's head on a spike in the town square. I despise the way Mr. Bush, Donald Rumsfeld, and all of the neocons had developed a military plan that sent our brave soldiers to secure oil fields rather than protecting the people of Iraq, the institutions of their culture and commerce, which Saddam Hussein had been misusing for decades. The president and his cynic-in-chief, Karl Rove, are using a manufactured war to keep Americans scared, and it's working. But I'm ashamed that the president of my country would go back to the UN, the very organization he ignored when he launched the war, to ask help in securing Iraq. Mr. Bush grew up in West Texas, where billboards dot the Permian Basin landscape with a message, U.S. out of UN. And because Rove wants to keep the fundamentalist right happy, Mr. Bush made clear that he would act without the imprimatur of the UN, and now he has the audacity to seek its help. I'm repulsed by my president. He allowed the drums of war to get hammered over aluminum tubes, which were never meant for anything more deadly than the making of rockets. The whole notion of the tubes being part of the construction of a centrifuge had been refuted by several international organizations, including America's own Lawrence Livermore Laboratories, 14 months before the story was leaked to a compliant, lazy U.S. media. The tubes were for the construction of Medusa 81 rockets, an Italian-designed weapon. Everybody in the intelligence community knew it, and Rove and the White House Iraq group sent out orders that government intelligence experts were to keep their mouths shut about dissenting information. I'm ashamed of the actions that my president's allowed to take place in our democracy. Ambassador Joseph Wilson and his wife have spent most of their lives in service to our country. When he was asked by the State Department to check on claims that Iraq had tried to acquire uranium from Niger, Ambassador Wilson came back to report the documentation was a complete fake. The White House ignored his intelligence, and the president put the claim in his speech. Wilson, who has devoted his life to the truth, wrote an op-ed piece in the Times, and not too many weeks later discovered that columnist Robert Novak was revealing his wife's name and her undercover responsibilities for the CIA. Novak has long been Karl Rove's favorite leak. During the presidential campaign, when reporters began talking about Mr. Bush's time in the Texas National Guard, Rove suggested, "You guys shouldn't make too much of a few missed meetings." A few days later, during a discussion on the issue on CNN's Crossfire, Novak told other commentators they were getting carried away over a few missed meetings. He is Rove's conservative hand puppet. By leaking Ambassador Wilson's wife named Novak, and by Novak writing a column about her, Karl Rove has committed treason, violated the National Security Act, and should be brought to justice as surely and swiftly as Osama bin Laden ought to be. All of the undercover operatives Mrs. Wilson dealt with during her career overseas, many of them Americans, are now at risk of being killed by the arms dealers who thought they were something other than CIA agents. There are too many lies, too many transgressions to list. Richard Nixon in a less cynical era told only one, and we were all supremely affronted by what he did to our democracy. George W. Bush and Karl Rove has told dozens, each one of them more damaging than lying about the break-in of a political headquarters, and yes, Bill Clinton lied, but nobody died. He told an all-too-common male lie about consensual sex, but he did not send the sons and daughters of America marching off to war wearing the boots of a well-told lie. George W. Bush's one term will mark a low point in our country's history, but if we pay closer attention and we vote, we can recover. I love my country, but I hate my president. Written by James C. Moore, author of Bush's Brain, How Karl Rove Made George W. Bush Presidential. Outstanding.
I lied.
Thanks to whoever faxed that. I beg your pardon?
It was 5 minutes. I lied.
Well, no, but at least before the break. We got to get the commercials in, man. I don't like this, start and stop stuff. You know what that's all about. I don't like interrupt this ejaculitis. Once I start, I like sweeping it right on through. How's that poll coming? Who is the greatest fictional character in movies or TV of all time? James Bond, hands down your pants, 134. Superman, 47. He could fly. Darth Vader, 40. Archie Bunker, 36. Sherlock Holmes, 33. Indiana Jones, 32. Michael Corleone, 22, Batman, 17, Dracula, 14, tied with Bugs Bunny. Mad Max, 11, everybody else in single digits. Small taters. 26 after 1. Doug Gilmore retires, and the Leafs will not be wasting money on number 93 this year. That's good. Nice career, Doug. Thanks for the memories. Thanks for all the good stuff. Go away. Hey, if you're trying to make that weight go away, if you're on the Atkins diet or any of the other low-carb diets like that, what does she call it? Susie Summers, summer-sizing,
Susie Smith diet.
What is it? Oh, that's the one she put her kids on. It's the underwater diet. Anyway, if you're on a low-carb diet, you'll love this store that we always talk about, Delights of West Boca, because it's the store for you. The number one low-carb, sugar-free store in the universe. Over 900. Is Skippy ever going to get me a new copy for this?
No.
Oh, just asking. With over 900 low-carb, sugar-free products, Delights of West Boca is introducing new ones all the time, like their new low-carb instant cup of soup. All you do is add a little water to it, pop it in the microwave. It's a low-carb meal in a cup in 4 delicious flavors. Be sure and try their fantastic low-carb muffins for a quick breakfast. And they've got all kinds of good stuff. Low-carb hot cocoa, your individual-sized cheesecake, apple cider, blondies, brownies. How about Blondie? And don't forget Delight's incredible selection of low-carb pastas, sauces, dressings, chips, chocolates, their world-famous Carbolite ice cream, the brand-new Judy's low-carb peanut brittle, the Carbolite ready-to-drink chocolate vanilla shakes, it's a low-carb meal in a can, and the At Last, and literally you'll be saying, thank goodness at last, chocolate crisp and chocolate mint bars with no maltitol, so those of you with a sensitive stomach like I got won't be spending half the day on the throne. Delights of West Boca, for all you dieters out there, it's a godsend, and all the Atkins brand products are on sale all day, every day. They're open daily 10 to 10. You'll find them on the northeast corner of Glades and 441 next to Boston Market. If you want more info, just call them toll-free at 1-877-LOW-CARB or shop them on the web at lowcarb.com. Delights of West Boca truly be your official Atkins retail center.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
I'm dying over here.
Increíble.
Don't like all the heartburn. Every time I see that retarded dimwit on my TV. He's President Trump. Republicans muscled in, an inarticulate idiot. I don't know why they would want this guy, but now he's here. We're screwed the next 4 years with President Dumb. Oh, what I did to count votes once more and get who we all voted for. Why did you want this? It's thrumming stupid key. Mindless drunk and rich kid. He's even dumber than me. He's President Dumb. You don't care what it took. You got him in by hook or crook. The Christian right knows what's best for you and I, but have no fear. We've got a great leader here with President Dumb. President Dumb.
Well, one of the stories we had on the website over the weekend, I can't remember which day it was, 69% of Americans think that Iraq had something to do with 9/11.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what's the hope? What's the chance? You know, maybe but you notice the poll results are changing slowly. Maybe we're just a little bit slow to catch on, but they're finally getting there. You know what I'm eating for lunch right now?
I give up.
A lukewarm wiener. What? No, that's my lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
And your dinner?
No.
Oh.
What does that mean? In other words, that's all I'm supposed to eat all day?
Wieners.
I said wieners, not tube steak.
Oh.
God. Thanks to Sandy, by the way, in the North Acres for the fact that you just passed along about the rats.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll see what happened. I think it was Friday. I'm not sure that they sealed up all the things. I'll get a report this afternoon and see how my friends at Crispy Critters are doing. I never told you this story. I told you part of the story about the ATM people, which I thank them very much, by the way, and maybe we'll be calling them. I don't know. But Crispy Critters was like kind of dragging their feet on coming out and closing up all the entry points because they're so damn busy.
Right.
And so finally, and they were supposed to show up on this day and that day, and they weren't showing up, and all they were doing was getting more rats and charging per rat that they caught, which, like I said, I thought was kind of like shooting fish in a barrel. And so John finally called her and said, well, you don't know who you're really dealing with because, the real name is such and such, but this happens to be Neil Rogers, and he's on the radio, and unless you want, which I thought he really butched up a lot doing that, and they were there in an hour.
Huh.
Yeah. They were stalling, well, we're really backed up, I'm really busy, and it's a lot of work. And they were there in an hour. So to all my friends at Crispy Critters, I hope you do a really good job. I don't want to see rats no mo, and that's it. That's the name of that tune, okay? Because that whole thing of just, putting the honey out there, or the whatever it is, the peanut butter, and just enticing them to come in, that to me doesn't seem like a really good idea,
No.
It's like kind of opening up all your doors in the summertime and all the screen doors. And, oh, gee, I got skeeters in the house.
Get the honey, Junior.
Exactly. Here's a call from Coral Springs. Hello.
Yeah, Neil?
Yes, sir.
Hi, how you doing?
Great.
I love you being in Toronto. I'm from Buffalo, and I used to go to Toronto and party my ass off. As a matter of fact, I ended up at Sunshine University Hospital down at the end of Bloor Street there.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a few that you didn't mention. The Three Stooges for the poll.
Yeah, but that's like three people. Now, are you talking about Mo?
Absolutely.
Mo Howie David?
I'm not talking about Mo.
Okay.
Okay. All right then. How about Charlie Chan?
Charlie Chan's good. I like it.
There was another one that was made into a whole bunch of movies, and that was with, I believe, with Myrna Loy and Powell and where
Dick Powell.
they got
You
killed in
forgot
an
Dick.
act.
Thin Man.
The Thin Man. The Thin Man.
Yeah.
I can't believe George remembers that. That was before George was born.
Well, there was a great series of movies,
Right.
and
But it won't get no votes.
but I guess this thief last night when he was talking on our television, it gave me time to clean the toilets, and
Yeah.
but
have a great day. Okay, he's a little tongue-tied. Thank you, sir. That was a good one, Charlie Chan, right?
Yeah,
Even though
sure.
you probably, this guy was a little bit tongue-tied. Let's see. Oh, here you go. How about Jim Rockford, the Rockford Files? What do you think? No. Says, I wish I owned every episode. The ones with Stuart Marblein were the best. Stuart Marblein? It's a good suggestion, Dan, and he says, for crying out loud. Don't get so upset, Dan. It's just for fun. It's just a little poll, okay? Just to kill some time on a boring Monday in South Florida. Here's one that says, I thought one of the greatest lines from a movie, 3 Days of the Condor, was uttered by Joe Turner, the Robert Redford played character, to Higgins, the Cliff Robertson played character, when he said, the problem with you guys, the CIA, is that you think not getting caught in lies is the same as telling the truth. Maybe that's where George W. gets his speech strategy from. That's a possibility. Although, when are they going to start not telling a lie? Here's one that says, disappointed in Davy. Uh-oh. Well, see, if you're pleasing everybody out there, just like this show, and one of these days we will start doing some good radio, but not soon. If you're pleasing everybody, you're doing something wrong.
Right.
Because that means you're boring.
Wrong.
You know?
Right.
Just like George, he must be doing a lot right when he fills in, because, God, he pisses off tons of people.
Like everybody.
A high percentage of the audience.
About 30, man.
Yeah. Oh, I think I'm choking on that wiener. Oh, God, I hate doing that.
Yeah, that's new.
It is. Don't confuse me with Marilyn Chambers, okay? Or Linda Lovelace.
I don't think there's any chance of that.
You never know. I might dress up in my spare time. Disappointed in Davey writes, I realize I'm probably in the minority with the opinion, but I hate the Pharrell show. How do you like that?
I'm going to kick his ass and then I'll steal his toupee.
Okay. Calm down. It says you'd expect with a voice so grating that it sounds like he's a pack of cigarettes and a couple of cocktails away from a laryngectomy. He would at least be entertaining is what it says. Anyway, he says, as for me, I don't care about your package or your girlfriend's rack. I don't want your tickets, and you're not funny. But anything is better than Mo, I guess. See, there you go. See, one thing about Pharrell, even the people who hate him say, hey, I don't like what he's doing. I can't stand his voice, but it's a big improvement over the Mo Man.
Yeah, he's
so
no
he comes
Mo.
in. He comes in. Everybody in town's got open arms and legs, waiting for anything, any alternative. Please, just like that thing. I hate the bird. You know.
Right.
I hate the Mo Man. And they do. They hate him. And let me say it again, all you Dolph fans out there, it's the Mo curse. The curse of the Mo Man. Because the football gods know that you really got a Jets fan and the whole family, a bunch of Jets fans. You got a Jets fan there pretending he's a wolf in sheep's clothing, which is why he keeps picking those dingleberries. Because when a sheep has got that long hair, you know.
Yeah, the wool.
Then I'm telling you, they got the long wool, and every time they do they get dingleberries caught in it. Like a cat, one of those long-haired cats. Ooh. So that's the story with the Mo Man. Now, if we get Bill Zimfer back, then the Dolphins might step it up a little bit. I just mentioned that in passing. I'm just thinking out loud, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
136 votes for James Bond, the greatest fictional character in movies or TV. Superman, 49. It's no contest. James Bond. Darth Vader, 42. Archie Bunker, 38. Oh, I haven't played no All in the Family bits. Remind me.
Don't forget.
Indiana Jones, 36. Sherlock Holmes, 33. That's pretty good. Michael Corleone, 22. Yeah, I mean, as the actor, his performances there were great, but the character itself is, you know what I mean? That's why he's not doing all that great. The character was good, but quite frankly, if I was going to really pick a character from the Godfather movies, even though he was only in the first one, it would have to be the Godfather, right?
Sonny. I voted Sonny when we took that poll.
You think Sonny was forget about which one you liked the best. Sonny was the best character in that movie?
Well, again, what's the criteria? Best based on
What's the matter with you? I think your brain is going soft.
Yeah. Although I still do enjoy.
Bing, you blow their brains all over your nice Ivy League suit. Bing, you blow their brains all over your nice Ivy League suit. Bing, you blow their brains all over your nice Ivy League suit.
I love I also liked the very short line, 2 words, when he said, "I'll wait." I'll wait. Remember he was on the phone getting a little hysterical. I'll wait. Control that famous temper of yours, Sonny. Superman 49, Darth Vader 43, Archie Bunker 36. I'm repeating myself. Indiana Jones 36, Sherlock Holmes 33, Michael Corleone 22, Bugs Bunny 18, Batman 17, to the Batmobile. And what do you think Dick Grayson and Bruce Wayne were doing up there? What do you think Bruce was doing with Dick?
Sliding up and down poles.
Dracula 16, Mad Max 12, Dirty Harry 10, Captain Kirk 9, Inspector Clouseau 9, Spider-Man 7, Fred Sanford 6, Mr. Spock 6, Rocky 4, Wonder Woman 4, Bullwinkle J. Moose 4. See? Ye have little faith? Godzilla 4, Tarzan 3, 3 for Freddy Krueger, 3 for George Jefferson, Frankenstein's got 3, Norman Bates 3, Rambo 2, Zorro 1, and no votes for King Kong, Columbo, or The Fugitive. And we have yet to get Charlie Chan on there, but Eric will momentarily, trust me, or else. 18 till 2 at 560 WQM. By now you've been hearing us talk for a long time about Laminates R Us and how laminated wood flooring from Laminates R Us is the smart, the easy, the low-maintenance alternative to very expensive natural wood flooring. Laminates R Us is the best place for you to find laminated wood flooring from the top names in the industry. Peridor, Pergo, Wilson Art, Unifloor, and Quickstep. They've got all the top names, all installed by Pergo certified installers too. Here's another really good reason why you ought to be calling Laminates R Us. Their prices will floor you. They're unbeatable. Right now you can get their September kickoff special for just $1,995. That's correct, just $1,995 gets you up to 380 square feet of beautiful laminate wood flooring. It is positively unbelievable. And Laminates R Us will match any legitimate written offer, too. If you want a free in-home estimate, call Laminates R Us toll-free. Tell them that old crusty Neil told you to call 1-877-777-3336. What could be easier? You get free carpet disposal, free furniture moving, a 25-year warranty, and years of beautiful, easy care laminate wood flooring. What's not to like? Call Laminates R Us today, toll-free, 1-877-777-3336.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAQAM.
Program. I urge everyone to complain to this station.
That's my opinion. I'm Mike Disney.
Saturday night on CBS, Edith is back from the dead. It's the 20th anniversary of All in the Family.
Oh, looky there. If it ain't Dom DeLuise.
Oh, Daddy, don't be such a pooch.
Oh, jeez. Now, whatever happened to my little girl? Look at this. Why don't you push yourself away from the table, huh? Maybe have a salad once in a while?
Daddy, don't you know how many of the world's people have never had a decent meal?
Again with the charity spielage.
Well, it's true.
So why don't you send them the bones from the turkey you had for breakfast, huh, Butterboy?
Hi, Gloria. Archie!
I thought you was pushing up daisies by now.
Oh, no, Archie. The last episode was all a bad dream.
Didn't seem so bad to me. Look, as soon as you're back there, Edith, brush the dirt off you and give me another beer, huh?
Oh, okay.
The 20th anniversary of All in the Family, Saturday night on CBS.
Brought to you by IBS Home Correspondence School, where you can learn auto mechanics, gun repair, basket weaving.
Yourself already.
146 at 560 WQAM. Don't let me forget about that fat thing.
Don't forget.
Here's the Moral Gables. Hello.
All right.
Excellent. Was that on hold music, or are they playing like a little melody for us?
Yeah, it's on hold.
I see. Here's Aventura. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I think Ralph Cramden was one of the longest-lived characters that I can remember on any kind of show at all.
Yeah, that's good.
And he was very entertaining.
Okay, thank you. Ralph Cramden, we got him on there? Good. How about Lucy? No?
What about her?
She don't belong on the list?
Sure, I guess.
Well, geez, I mean, no response, especially, Oh, that's right, maybe it didn't rub off on her. Lucy! Ralph Cramden and Lucy, come on, get with it. Research shows fat is an organ. I got to get to this before we run out of time. This is so muy importante. And it's not about diets. It's about why you might want to go on one.
Is Cramden with a K?
No, it's with a C. Maybe with a special K. God. Is Cramden with a K. Ralph Cramden and Lucy. Oh, gee, it's too bad that they're both dead. You know who I would have loved to see perform together? Can I give you a clue?
Oh! And Desi?
And Desi Arnaz. Celia and Desi.
You know what? They might have.
You think?
Who knows?
You think so? In the anatomy textbooks, the major organs are easy to find. The liver is always brown, the spleen is green, the heart is red, and the small intestine is squeezed like a row of sausages into the abdomen. But one of the principal organs, present in close to 50% of North American men and women, is missing. You know what it is? Fat. Fat cells are the color of jaundice, greasy and thousands of times bigger than other cells. The average adult has close to 35 billion fat cells, or adipocytes. Did I say that right? Adipocytes. Adipocytes. A number that balloons as high as 275 billion in the very obese, like Fat Boy. I bet she's got 1 trillion. It was the accepted wisdom that these cells lived quiet lives as the body's cushioned insulation and fuel tanks. But in recent years, scientists have been stunned to learn that fat is very busy indeed. Oh, is your fat busy? Oh, it's working like crazy. When fat cells accumulate into a large enough mass, they begin pumping out a toxic array of chemical signals. It's a nasty soup that comes from our fat cells, says Daniel Drucker, a University of Toronto researcher. Many scientists now consider fat an endocrine organ like the pancreas, and nobody will ever want to transplant. This explains why having a big potbelly often foreshadows such woes as diabetes, cancer, and hardened arteries. Think of it as a tumor, says another researcher, one that's caused by soft drinks and French fries and all of these things. If more people realize their love handles are in fact toxic, they might work harder to get rid of them, experts believe. Our new understanding of the secret life of fat has transformed the field of obesity research. Scientists now understand that blocking the molecular signals that fat transmits to the brain and body could lead to a thin pill, and that could be worth billions of dollars. Let's invent it this week. It's almost like a gold rush now, said David Lau, a University of Calgary endocrinologist and president of Obesity Canada, a non-profit research organization. Everyone's looking for the magic bullet. And it goes on and on about leptin and bada beep, bada boop. It says a little fat is essential to human survival. In normal amounts, fat cells make, I can't read these words, adiponectin. Okay. You know what that is?
No, if you do, you clean
It's
it
a
up.
beneficial hormone that makes the body more sensitive to insulin, but too much of a good thing can kill. A never-ending avalanche of new studies shows that when large numbers of fat cells accumulate, especially in the belly, creating the dreaded apple-shaped body, they begin secreting chemicals known as adipokines, many of which trigger disease. For example, an adipokine is resistance to insulin believed to cause blood sugar levels in the body to rise, leading to type 2 diabetes. It's a huge epidemic in the world, says Bernie Zinman, director of the Leadership Sinai Center for Diabetes at Mount Sinai Hospital in Toronto. And it goes on about diabetes. Accumulations of fat also churn out numerous tumor necrosis factor alpha, NTFA. See, I think the A is just on there, only in Canada. It's NTFA, which causes rheumatoid arthritis, and C-reactive protein, which is linked to atherosclerosis and heart disease. This explains why obese people are often stricken with multiple health problems, which often vanish when they lose weight. How do you like that? I'm saving this. I'm saving this because my fat is working overtime.
Live and local. This is 560.
My organs are
Radio's all yours. QAM.
Went to Nutrisystems. I was thinking about losing weight. I stepped on the scale, and they got a measuring tape. They said, wait a minute, mister, there's only so much we can do. I think liposuction may be the only thing for you. Suck the fat off my fanny. Suck the cell leave. Suck the fat off my fanny. And you suck the weight right off me.
That's what you have to suck.
Absolutely. I don't have to diet. I don't have to go and exercise. I don't have to worry about no bulges around my thighs. 'Cause thanks to liposuction, you know I'm a brand new man. Hook up the Hoover, suck the fat out as fast as you can. Suck the fat off my baby, suck the cellulite, suck the fat off my baby. Hey, suck the way around me.
Or suck this. 156 and 560 WQM, just 4 minutes away from the angry mad puppy, the hysterical hound. Boy, he's going to be pissed off today. You can just smell it, can't you?
Oh, is that what I'm smelling?
No, I can't even begin to imagine how psychotic he must have been at that. I mean, that was just out of the blue, out of nowhere, you know? It would be like when the next book comes out and we get like a 0.1. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that would be bad.
It would be bad. How about a 0.2? Here's Pinecrest. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Neil, how's it going?
Pretty good.
Hey, I wonder if you could tell me, what's better, the black or the Jewish meat you're eating?
Wow. That was pretty clever. Here's Miami. Hello.
Uncle Neil, God.
Yes, sir.
One for your poll, no pun intended. That last guy was a real scum.
George.
11
votes. Not bad. He's like in the top 10.
Two other things. One, I'm converted. George absolutely converted me this summer. George, I'm a fan. And last but not least, having just got back from Tallahassee, it's absolutely endemic what's going on between the Bush family. What the brother does in Washington, the other brother does worse down here in Florida.
Right.
But one interesting tidbit that I did get is that the rest of the Bush family cannot stand the First Lady of the state of Florida.
Really?
Yes.
Columba?
Exactly. That apart from the embarrassment that she's created for her husband.
Maybe she didn't smuggle him any gifts back when she came back that time.
They can be as inclusive as they want, but the truth of the matter is that she is not what the family's made of, and they're not happy about it. And the brother's not happy about it either.
I'll be damned.
This comes from a very good source. God bless, Neil.
Thank God that Neil Bush didn't go through a real smelly, nasty divorce, too. And have a great day. Okay. Yeah, these are the, see, this is what always happens. You know, the ones, oh, we're born again, we're better than everybody else, we're compassionate fascist, and all this other bullcrap. And then you find out they got 80 million skeletons in their closet, and who knows? He might still be drinking heavily, you know? To be acting the way he is, you'd almost assume that he is. And, of course, the old nose problem, all of these things.
Sinuses?
Yeah, he's got a little sinus. Maybe I should send him to Dr. Hamp, okay? She'd clear up his sinus problem. If we could just breathe, you know what I'm saying? If we could just breathe a little bit, America would be a much safer place to live. But thanks to John Ashcroft, we probably, like I said before, we'll be paying for that. Not just airing your tires, but the air that you breathe. You'll have like a little meter. And depending on how, you know, in fact, in those times, you'll be pleased to have a heavy-duty cold plugged up nose because it won't cost you so much, right?
Right. Lower intake.
Jesus Christ in the Saul, man. How the hell did we get to this? I mean, I'll tell you, when Jean Chrétien is starting to look pretty good, that's getting scary. That's starting to get really scary. Okay, here's the last update on the poll. Who was the greatest fictional character in movies or TV? James Bond, 140, Superman, 51, Darth Vader, 44, Archie Bunker, 41, Indiana Jones, 36, Sherlock Holmes, 34, Michael Corleone, 23, Bugs Bunny, 19, Dracula, 18, Batman Be Heaven, 17, Mad Max, 13, Dirty Hair, 11, Inspector Clouseau, 11, Captain Kirk, 10, everybody else in single digits. And speaking of a little digit, like Jay Fiedler's got, and I realize, I understand, I didn't see the game, I didn't watch it, I read all about it. He wasn't solely responsible for losing the game, even though that dying quail he threw there in the closing minutes of the game, that little, what did Pharrell call it? A little lollipop, whatever the hell it was. But nevertheless, there's some serious trouble on the horizon. Mad Dog's coming up next. He's going to be foaming at the mouth.
Bye! The Neil Rogers Show on 560 WQAM, Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
Caca, poop, pissin'. What else? What am I missing?
The hardest 12 inches in football.